All right. Okay, we're back. And let me make sure I got that. Yep. All right, guys. Okay. What the heck? What's it doing? All right. Oh, that's weird. Uh, come on. What's going on?
Here we go.
Okay, you back?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Well, it's freaking out on the YouTube thing. Hold on.
Right. We're in here now. We're bringing it up.
All right.
And that, so there's YouTube coming loading now. Yes, there we are. That's why I changed my name so I could see the change on the new YouTube. So make sure it's not. Yes, we are back there, Crow. How you doing, mate? Hey Z, how you doing?
Yeah. I was freaking out there for a minute because it kept putting me back to the other side, as and playing the recording. Az, what's up? Crow Minion, welcome back. Sorry about the mess up. YouTube changed something. Some setting went stupid, and lost restream connection. I had to recreate the channel in the restream set. So that's what's going on there. Something about the API at YouTube had changed, and they needed to. I had to recreate the stream.
In other words, they rebooted your server.
Yeah.
The one you were coming in on, they rebooted the thing and that, and it needed to load up and reconnect because they don't save don't have storage in that for session memory.
So, but yeah, where were we? We were talking about galactic time, and but yeah, it's the feature of it. The feature of it is the 25,600 year thing. That's the one that worries me.
Actually, the true function of it is the actual comprehension. This was all preordained, mathematically controlled. A subset that had no other option really. Has a lot of flexibility out the outer edges, and they can go their own way and all that sort of thing. And that the core. Look at a fern. You know what bracken is? As a type of plant. Grows in the Scottish Highlands and other places and that high altitude and all that thing. It's got a very tough fibre in it. People have been trying to synthetically do it because it's actually too tough to weave and all that sort of stuff. But the stuff that was handmade by people out of bracken and all that sort of thing, it's just about bulletproof, stronger than hemp. Really, really tough stuff. But bracken grows as a fractal, leaves as a fractal. Snowflakes, they're a fractal.
Right.
Crystals are a fractal. DNA is a fractal. Galaxies are a fractal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So God is in the fine print, but the fine print is actually mathematics and science.
Correct.
Now, your
Universe.
25,000 year recreation cycle and all that sort of thing. All right. Sodom and Gomorrah, all that sort of crap, all this sort of other stuff. And then you go back to before that, and the rock people and Nephilims and all that kind of thing. And then to cleanse that out, he did a flood. So, like, Sodom and Gomorrah.
The fire and rain from the sky.
Yeah, and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So you're dealing with the hearts of men, and they get subverted and all that sort of thing. And like he walked around in Gomorrah there with Saul, and he said, just 10 men, 100 people, good people, 10 people, just one good person. You know what I mean? Oh no, Lot. It was Lot, and Lot. And his wife looked back, and she got turned into Lot's wife.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. Pretty harsh dude under the law, right? And he told people for years, no. Look at Moses come down from the mountain with the bloody Ten Commandments, and that there was more than just Moses kicking ass that night. Stuff got fried, golden stuff, and they got hit by lightning and shit like that. Yeah, bit of a jealous God in the early days, but we're probably dead set bastards back then too. Selfish little praps and all that sort of. Thankfully, under Christ and grace are we saved. We're not under the law. So I don't put. I'll put it this way about Ezekiel Neil. Any technology sufficiently advanced to not be understood by somebody who's generally taken it as magic. Or so
They go freaky, supernatural, and everything.
Has godlike stuff placed upon it. When my wife was sick, I took her to stay in Vanuatu for a while because she really liked the place. And we got to explore a bit. And down there, they have John Frump with cargo coal. Still, today, John Frump. And that because it's coming from, and it dropped in. Suppliers, they dropped them on the island, and they had everything, canned beef, all this sort of thing, jeeps, machine guns, ammunition. It didn't take them long to figure out the machine guns and the ammunition and that, and a few Japs they had on the island, they wiped out, and then ate.
Yeah, well, you know what else don't fit in their history? How the hell did they have nuclear bombs? In those ages, way back.
Hey, look, there was a bloke over here that started writing books, sort of like Eric Von Daniken, and everybody jumped on him, and he ended up in jail and all that sort of stuff. But he was a bit of a larrikin, and a couple of mates. There's a book called You've Got to Get, downloaded as a PDF, The Ultimate Aphrodisiac by Robert G. Barrett. It's an Australian author, full of Australian humour, all the rest of it. I fucking love it, but the science in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when it was originally put out and touted and all that sort of thing, I was shut down.
Oh, wow. That reminds me.
Oh, how you doing?
Crominion says, what's your take on Ezekiel and the UFO angle?
Well, that was my answer. I don't know enough about it. Any technology sufficiently advanced to not be explained can be done so as magic or as from God or whatever, higher powers.
Hey, here's an angle for you, Crominion. Here's what I got to say about all that stuff around that age. Okay, that was some of this stuff was prior to the existence of man. Okay, if you
Well,
tend,
as we know it.
as we know it, correct. All right. Now, Darwin was right up until a point. Okay. And that point seems to point to the Anunnaki, those from heaven who came to earth. Okay. All right. Out of them, those and their missions here, uh, came the Rephaim, who were left here that rebelled and were imprisoned here on this planet. Okay. Right. The Raphaim. They bore children to human, but man had already been created by the time they rebelled. And therefore, yeah. And we found favor with the creator, and the Raphaim didn't like it. Now, those from heaven came to earth. They didn't fly here with wings on their back. Okay. They came in vessels. They came in crafts, chariots, kind of what they called them in the old days, the wheels within wheels, the dragon in the Chinese stuff came in, fiery dragon. They not necessarily from this planet. But even if they did, even if they were from somewhere else on the planet, okay, they had technology. We are the hybrid aliens on this planet. Hello. What do you think of that, Crominion? Can you still see me? Is that too far out there for you? I'm not getting any response. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't getting. I'm going to have to pop out chat. Hold on a second. The chat quit working in the StreamYard stuff again. But that will take care of that. So, it'll probably be here in a minute. StreamYard's not picking up chats again.
Crap.
Just pop out. What I did, I just popped out YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I got to rely on, but it keeps on jumping to the back all the time. You
Right,
do
the
any
top
screen, and it jumps to the back, so then it disappears. I got to bring it forward.
Just thought I'd let you know.
No,
Yeah.
if I duck out for a second, I guarantee you, if you go into StreamYard's update info and all that sort of thing, there'll be a chat outage. They're working on developing their own chat server for it. At the moment, they're relying on third parties. If the links break, they fuck.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It wasn't a smart system set up, and that they're trying to fix it. I think it was, StreamYards is a couple of kids. The third-party chat are a couple of kids from the same school. So what's the bet they relied on their mates instead of who was capable?
Right.
And look, it's a business run by kids, so they're learning. Look, you can't complain about the majority of it. So, but yeah, like anything run by kids.
Yeah. Colonel, no, she's not reptilian. She's Nephilim. She's a long head. You look at her from the side. You get a. There was a recent interview that they did, and she was sitting far to the side of the person she was talking to, and on camera, you can see her side profile. Yeah, she's a long head. She's one of those Nephilims, man. She's a
Well,
cone. Is
as
what
you
we
get,
call coneheads. We had a whole
as
society of those people here
well,
up north.
from supposedly from history, as they get older, they lose hair on that bulge on the back of their head,
Yeah,
and that so Hillary's get her on the side, get her on the thing. That airport in where was it, Czechoslovakia and all that sort of thing. She come down the plank, met the guy, and the gust of wind caught it. You can see all the bald up underneath. I think the shot from that side of the head, the wind's blowing back, and you see how bald it is, and the bulb, and how wrinkled it is. That's where that one comes in. So I don't know what that is.
there was a representative for the World Health Organization on an interview just the other day, and I was watching it, and I pulled it up because I was interested in what they had to say. And turn around, this guy, his head was way the hell back here, and I'm sitting there going, "What the hell?" Look, they tried to cover it up with hair, and you could tell it was a toupee kind of thing,
Yeah,
and it was way the hell back behind his head, and I'm like, they cover it up. That the dude's a long head. It was another one, and you see this stuff. It's just crazy, but it's true. And I saw he was a health representative for the World Health Organization, the WHO, and he was talking on the issues with coronavirus.
yeah, the little black
And
moustache.
yeah, he's got the gray hair head, and yeah, he's got a monster friggin' head, dude. And I'm
Hey,
sitting there, what the hell?
Crow, the elongated heads, it became a cult, and they used to wrap the heads because they got the bindings and all that sort of thing, and that, they used to do it in early stuff and that to imitate the gods, to pay
Mhm.
respect, and people who work for the gods and all that sort of thing, serve as scribes and all that sort of stuff.
The Raphael, essentially, yes.
But apparently they've got a couple of original bodies that ain't exactly all human, and I'm still waiting for DNA that's accurate and honest and all that sort of thing. Uh, for 3 years now, I've been waiting for this bloody thing, and they actually chipped in money so they could afford to do it. Wasn't a lot, $50, I think, US, about $70 here at the time. But
But
yeah,
they're not
I
lame.
how that one is. Just as a passing interest, am I a firm believer? Actually, I'm a healthy skeptic. But
Yeah, healthy
I
skeptic.
get
Yeah.
more skeptical fucking every month this goes on because I know they've had the DNA tests and they haven't given out an honest or complete series of data on it yet. So I'm thinking it's not turning up as how they want. Because he makes a lot of money out of these videos and video series and DVD discs and lecture tours and all that sort of thing. And if he's made a theory for the last 5 years and his major fundraising campaign turns out to be a bit of a flop, we might not have a business in the future. I'd rather an honest answer, to be honest with you. So I don't know where that one's going, but yeah, there was a cult. Um, Heck, they found evidence of skull elongation in early Aboriginals here, but all those folks were wiped out. So they were first wave, something they don't like to mention over here. So, but yeah, the first wave people, they actually built little huts and all that sort of thing, but their art was very, very different. The spacesuit dudes and all that sort of stuff. That was the first wave people art work. So, second wave people, theirs was very different again. That's the traditional classic ancient stuff that's accepted and all that sort of stuff. But the last wave folks, and that is more of the X-ray stuff and all that sort of thing. More knowledge aware of the land and the environment and all that sort of thing, and getting the best out of it. And, whether that was a combination of culture and knowledge, or they were mentally more superior or unadaptable to the land, I wouldn't really know. So, yeah.
That parallels with the stuff out of the Aztecs and Mayans.
Yeah, all the ancient ones and that all go around the same.
Right.
What they don't want to admit over here is the succeeding waves, and that basically did a genocide on the preceding. So, first generation only lived in Tasmania and the Bass Strait Islands after the second wave came through,
Right.
and that they wiped them out. They ceased to exist and totally displaced them within a period of 1,000 years, right across Australia.
The bearded man, the bearded figurine, the bearded figure, as always.
So, there was a lot of tribal conflict and all that sort of thing. There were some mixed races, tribes, and all that sort of thing. And then the third wave pretty much dominated that. They were the more bloodthirsty folks than that, living up northern Queensland, Northern Territory, and all that sort of thing. When the Chinese gold miners hit that area, they called them long pig and roasted them. And I don't mean a comedy special.
Right.
So,
trying to get this stuff squared away. See if I can fix this.
you won't be able to if the server's down their end. Only they can get it up and going. You need their server to work for it to relay and propagate to that screen, because that's where it's targeted.
Right.
If it's dead, there's nothing you can do. Well, you might be able to go redirect it in subdirectory and that, but like you'd have to man in the middle of it. I think would be probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot of strange stuff out there. There's too much science on it to say it to totally disprove it.
But exactly what it is, we don't know. And it might. And some of the stuff that we're seeing in our skies are stuff that was made by man. Okay.
Well, is it? And see, I'm old school Christian and all that sort of thing. I was thinking demons and all that sort of stuff, because apparently these gods that came down were pretty harsh to people and that, and killed fucking thousands that didn't obey them and all that sort of thing. Doesn't sound like a real benevolent fucking god, does it? Sounds more like a little demonic fucking prick and that wants to make it
right.
Think of Stargate. And all right, these guys have got their culture out there and all that sort of thing. There's something gets into a critter's head and that takes them over and that. And wants to rule the galaxy and all that sort of thing. There may be a religion, but I don't want
the Ghoul. Yeah.
It has parallels with a modern infested religious quasi power trip belief system out there too.
Yep. Yo.
Just saying.
Just saying. Right.
So yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of theory and a lot of stuff going on out there, and a lot of stuff that can't be explained. And there's technology that they're rediscovering I mean, for God's sakes, they had anti-gravity.
Yeah,
They had
well,
current. And if you read the Verdana, oh my God, the Sanscripts. Oh, geez. Hello.
all right. So looking back at Lot, if God was sending down an angel to take out a city, and that, but still reason with the believer, the good solid guy. So he's got to respect, you know, the guy's got sin. He's kept his side of the deal, so God's going on his, and that's how it works. That's why, you know, me as a Christian, I stand with Israel because God said, "God will always do this." God doesn't change His promises, so I'll do that too. All that sort of thing. So, I have a very simple faith, so people say that's too simplistic and all that sort of stuff. Um, but with all of this sort of stuff, and it's all pretty much explained in there. There are little g gods out there. They appear. One of the worst ones out there was called Star of the Morning, appear of the bright light, and all that sort of thing. Or great wondrous gifts and knowledge and power. Well, like we've seen these things coming down through history and all that sort of thing. Maybe it's these. Um, Maybe evil is actually an extra dimension, and these are dimensional beings.
There's that theory too.
You know what I mean? And like I'm because I like science and study it all that sort of thing. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to get to an extra dimension than get to the other side of the cosmos.
Right, 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 right.
The
Well,
technology that we have now.
it, a lot of the ancient there's a lot of reference in the Egyptian hieroglyphs in the temples suggesting that they had stargates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of that iconology about
Well, that guy
uh,
Craftsman and that who
a veil of stars.
Thierry's head and that had in the museum there in Germany for years until they give it back to that. What's his name? As he the director of Egyptology, Cairo Museum, Aswan, Asadi Aswan, the crop back end guy gets himself into all the TV documentaries. Um, yeah, his notes. Everybody likes this modern thing, but he put it down. Um, Basically, that someone impressed the heck out of these guys, moved mountains, big chunks of stone, showed them how to do stuff, rising up from nomadic traders and farmers into an actual military empire. Because before that, Egyptians were getting its ass raped by everybody else around the thing. It wasn't until the founding Pharaonic movement came up that they had first organised military and all that sort of stuff. And a few defences after that where they started to build the first of these. Now, these guys had real power.
The land of Kim, as it was known.
But see, the chronology doesn't bloody work if you look at the archaeology. Okay? If you look at the archaeological thing, those three little pyramids and that, and including the step pyramid that's fallen down because it started to collapse, it was too steep, so went down with there, were the first pyramid. Problem is, Sphinx predates them by about 4,500 years. And it's made out of bigger blocks. It's made out of that were used in the thing in Cheops, and that, the big one up there, what they call the Great Pyramid.
Right. They were machines. They were not tombs.
Okay, so they learned to copy and all that sort of stuff, but somewhere along the line, and instead of having a lion's head, they put the pharaoh's head on it because he was an egotistical bastard and all that sort of thing. Probably in line for getting them wiped out too, just like Gomorrah, and all that sort of thing. But you know, Akhenaten was a long head. Yes, he was. Quite a few of those folks, long heads.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that coincidental stuff, just repeat power. You see it time and time again. You got batteries discovered in Greece. You got batteries discovered in Turkey. You got batteries discovered in bloody England. You got batteries discovered in bloody Sulawesi, which is now it's part of Indonesia. That was one of the first batteries they think. Little island just in the Indonesian archipelago, known for spices and pepper and the Dutch, all that sort of thing. And that's the first one because the Dutch East India Company has the first battery, and they estimate it now it's 10,000 to 12,000 years old.
Right.
Just like that British one, right? Yeah.
Right.
Same time period, but other side of the planet. What the fuck are they doing over there? But if you go into the jungles up there, and they got a pyramid, and then there's a pyramid in China,
in Bosnia.
Yeah, a huge one in Bosnia.
The monster ones in Bosnia, right? And they're made with ancient concrete, and they predate the Egyptian temples or the Egyptian pyramids by thousands and thousands of years.
And the other thing is, and that they've got those double T metal things. They say they'll pour it into place and then bucket of water tossed over on that, and that stone put in to tie them in, so if the earthquake and that flex and all that sort of stuff. All right, that's good. And that, so they were able to melt steel 2,300 years before anybody else could. It was a rust steel. There's enough natural chrome in there to prevent it from rusting forever. It got surface patina and surface rust and all that sort of things, but it keep it protected in between the stones like it was.
Right.
That's why they still exist now. And the thing's 3,000 years old?
Well, they estimate like 10 to 12,000 years old.
I go by the factory, so someone said 3,800 years old. So that would be
1800 BC.
Yeah, and that to get steel that hot, we don't think we got there until about 1,000 AD. With the Norse guys, and that especially the sword maker Ulfbert. If you know what an Ulfbert sword is.
Well, wait a minute. They did fashion meteoric steel from in Egypt.
Arakan steel, like I'm doing here.
Yeah.
And they did that. But meteor was actually a little bit easier to work with than what you may think.
Oh, right.
A couple of tricks to it and all that sort of stuff. The first few times I did it, I thought, this is shit. Absolute shit. Played with it a few more times and all that sort of thing. I learned to be rather gentle and all that sort of thing. Use lots of nickel powder, sprinkle it all over, and that like tap, 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 bring it all together, fold it back over, one big whack, tap, 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 all the rest of it. And that get it into a nice homogeneous block, and then work the fuck out of it. But you got to bring it all into one, gently, and that get it into a super thing so it's almost molten, and then pound the shit into it, bang, form it back this side, that side, square it up, end taps, all the rest of it. Start drawing it out, get your impurities out, fold it back over again. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay on there because it's a high nickel content. That's the big thing about iron and nickel. And if you're putting carbon in it, you're making a high carbon steel and nickel.
Yeah.
And Amoeba and Jane Hinkline, this one.
Right. Well, they were. Yeah, that's.
Oh, they're talking about Maxine
stuff. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Crow was talking about Amoeba and a great James Brown wig, and he's talking about that idiot Maxine.
Maxine Waters.
P4 5. Yeah.
And a James Brown wig.
Good description, though. No, hang on. You can't underestimate her. Like, she's been in government how many years and that, and she's got what personal net fortune that they can find around about 120 million bucks. Families increase their wealth by about 65 million bucks. And she's probably got money coming and that by being hired as a consultant by a lot of different groups and that for a shitload of time when she does leave office. No respect to Mr. Brown. If people want to get a James Brown wig and that, imitation is the greatest form of respect.
Right.
Regardless of where it comes from, it doesn't matter if they're an idiot. It's not their reason. They respect Mr. Brown so much they want to look like him. So it's no done. You can't help if a copycat's a dead set dickhead.
Well, yeah, she's getting rich off of the Planned Parenthood thing.
Oh, lots of stuff.
That's one of the big ones, yeah. But yeah, their day's coming soon. Oh shit! What happened?
Nothing. Why?
Oh,
hey, can I entice anybody to actually jump into the chat because it's getting close to the time I've got to chat to Tracy. I hate to do this, but yeah. Well, I actually don't hate to do this. Time's getting close. She'll be here in
a little bit.
11 days. Counting down.
Hey, Buffalo Bill, grab a link. Come on, Huckleberry. Grab a link. Come on up. You got a laptop now.
Goat smoke. You wouldn't believe it here. As part of the coronavirus stimulus package over here, because I hire a couple of old ducks part-time and not a lot of hours either. This year, 32 and I think 20 hours, respectively. So not a lot of work, you know what I mean? A couple of hours a week. I pay them in cash, but they're on the book. Because it's sharp stuff, so I need them covered in by insurance, just in case. Here comes Bill. But yeah, even for them, the government's going to give me $2.5 grand each. I can only give it to them. That's their wages until it's all used up. Yeah, to make sure everybody keeps on working. There's 3 levels of that. If you've got full-time stuff and all that sort of thing, I'm on the lowest level. But they cover them basically for around about 90 hours. No, maybe less, 80 hours of work. So they've only chewed up 20 and 30 hours. So they'll cover them for 6 months. I've got plenty for them, and it's not coming out of my pocket, so it's good. Of course, it means our little strategic reserve of cash and gold is getting shooting through. Let's not tell the taxpayer that. think 5. I've lost cat again. How you doing there, Bill?
Good.
How you doing, man?
Got me some. I got me some Chinese food to
Cool.
snack on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kung Pao chicken.
G'day, Deb. How you doing?
Hi, Deb. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hit Chinese here, and no, I don't know. We're doing Chinese food.
It's the best defense against the woohoo flu.
Yeah, I know. It's like he's like, I'm trying to get the Wuhan flu.
I make Wuhan food.
Yeah. No, what you do is you get it to cool down until it's below 72 degrees centigrade, wherever that is in Fahrenheit. Pour in half a bottle of Chinese rice wine, beat the whole lot. Blood alcohol level is super high. Your body acidity rate is through the roof. No bacteria or virus will live inside of you. You can't walk in a straight line, but yeah, you're not going to get the flu.
So if I get my blood alcohol level up to about 1.3, I'll be okay.
To be honest with you, I was reading about 1.2, and so I thought, yeah, well, that's fine. I'm safe. And not everybody can get there. And sorry, 0.1, not 1.2. Yeah, I couldn't get 0.12 and hold it. So most states in the US, 0.05 is that limit. 0.05. So 5.
You get to 1.0, you're probably dead. Okay.
0.1.
So what's the highest, Jack?
I went 0.18 in Turkey after the Gallipoli ceremony. Because the MP took me to the hospital. I didn't get a choice. The colonel said, "He what? Take him to the hospital. He's going to end up dead here and a stroke and that." And yeah, I was 0.18. I went to bed. 2 bottles of rum.
Yeah, you're a pirate.
Yeah, I haven't drunk rum since, to be honest with you. I don't use it. I won the bet. All right, enough said. But I paid for it. I haven't drunk dark rum since. I'll have the odd Bacardi Gold if it's got Coke or mint lime juice, something else to get the rum smell away from it. But yeah.
So you basically have earned your wings on the Flying Dutchman.
Oh, big time. We call it talking to God on the big white telephone.
Okay.
So yeah.
I imagine if I get about to 0.08, I'll be right up there hugging the freaking porcelain steering wheel.
I see in YouTube there with all that sort of thing, but that's all I can see. Someone came through earlier from, where was that? But it cut out. That was way early on. So yeah, the first post I think we had stream a restream, and then not again. And I can't even scroll back that far now.
Right. Well, Twitch just seemed to have squared away. Now there's 5 over there watching.
Well, it's 10 coming through the restream here somewhere. It's just the chat server through StreamYard it's dead on toast.
Yeah, I've been working with trying to figure out what's going on with Discord too. But
I don't even want to play with Discord. Not being rude, folks. And there's some wonderful folks over there. There's just too many assholes. If you got to deal with more than 5 assholes a day, run. Do not walk to the nearest exit.
right.
That's my limit. 5 assholes a day. And when I get to play one of them myself every now and again, or more to the point, idiot, annoying asshole. Yeah, the numbers get short because I'll do that 2 or 3 times a day. Some days.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to. You're not an asshole.
So that's what most of our liquor here comes in about 750 milliliter.
Yeah, they're about to drop it down to 700 milliliter. The agreement was done at some big industry thing around about 2 months ago. It was already been rolled out here in Australia. They're all now 700. We've got one here. Johnny Walker. Let me screw that in close. The other way. Can you see that on the left-hand side of the label? 700 milliliter. Great.
Yeah.
So they all dropped a few months ago. They all dropped here. They all dropped to 700, and they've just announced that they're rolling out whatever they called it, Balzair or whatever it is. It's global, and all the major glass folks are retooling and all that sort of stuff. And the little bottles actually seem thinner in the glass walls as well. A friend of mine who makes chips in the bottles thought he'd do one and busted 2 of them. And he said, I've only ever busted 1 bottle in my life, and I've doing this, 50 years. Hey, Night Stalker, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Just getting prepared for council. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, Night
Doing
Stalker.
great.
Oh man.
Just been busy. Super busy.
Oh really?
Yeah. So they're cutting back my hours at work. They shut down the office buildings above me. Denver's getting fucked.
But you've been busy, right?
Yeah, like preparing to be shut down.
Oh really?
That's what I think is coming next, guys.
What? No, you're a cook, right?
What's that?
You're a cook, right? You're a cook.
Hold on. What was that? I'm sorry.
I said you're a cook, right?
Yeah. So where I cook at is just a huge office building. And then they have like a huge shopping areas down below, but we rely on like all of like surrounding businesses like with events and stuff like that to bring us business.
Oh wow, they shut down the office building, huh?
Yeah. And I don't know, I just think it's gonna get really bad.
No, it'll get
As
bad
far
for a
as-
little bit. It'll be bad for a little bit.
Oh, I know. I'm not worried. I'm not like panicked. I just think that people are it's gonna suck for like 14 days.
Yeah. Somebody was saying, I think Bill was saying earlier, It's gonna be a baby boom here in about 9 months.
Hey, if they invented this for population control, they're not doing a very good job of keeping it like that.
So what do you think people are gonna do when they get home? They have to spend time together. Guess what? They're having sex.
Two turtles having sex.
Right.
Slow, folks. I don't know if you heard that.
He's getting pulled over again.
Hold on, guys. My other brother's calling me.
Hey, he's getting pulled over again.
Yeah.
Every time he gets on camera, he's getting.
Yeah, this might. I think we're gonna have a new baby boom.
Right. No shit.
This Kung Pao chicken has peanuts in it.
Yeah. Cashews. You allergic to peanuts?
No, I love it.
No, okay. Usually
They
it's
are
cashews,
peanuts.
though. Yeah. And the pineapple and the yeah.
I don't really know what makes cashews different than peanuts, other than the taste. But do they grow underground, cashews, or on a tree, or what?
I think they grow underground, like peanuts. Jack, do you know
What's that? Sorry.
cashews? Do they grow underground like peanuts?
Cashews. They're a hard nut. They're an aerial nut.
Are
I
they?
think yeah. They've got a very hard outer shell. On that one in a clump.
Oh, okay.
Um,
I didn't know if they grew in the ground like peanuts or
I
not.
may have Brazil nuts screwed up. I've got a friend who's got a nut farm, and it's only just up the border. They do the almonds. I know well. Okay, they've got Brazil nuts, and they've got that. Trying to think, what do they look like? Let me have a look, and I'll tell you.
I always wondered, didn't you?
No, well, I never thought about it. But to be honest with you, I knew peanuts grew in the ground, but I don't know about cashews. Or I know almonds and pecans are in trees, walnuts, trees up in the tree.
No, it's an air. Yeah, I'm right. The cashew is in the air. It's got a thing like an apple, and this grows like a hemorrhoid off the bottom of the apple. True. That's what a cashew is.
Oh wow! Okay.
Thought it was. And that, so, and you can get 6 or 7 growing off a little thing and all that stuff, and that'd be hundreds of little groups.
They look like tiny penises.
Cashews grow on trees, yes, and they hang down on. Where are you seeing that?
What, Deb? YouTube. Make sure you're on live chat, unless it flipped you back to top chat.
Yeah, it did. Top chat again.
Yeah. She's cashews grow on trees. They look like tiny penises. Acorns are edible, but they taste like hell.
Roast them. I tell you, if you've got acorns and that's pretty fresh and like sort of thing, par roast them, grate them up, get a cheese grater and all that sort of thing for doing parmesan. Do them up in a little fine, little powder, a little bit of butter, and I mean a little bit, just enough in there so when you put it on a hot plate, cook it. Pinch of sugar, pinch of cinnamon, make it up into a flat cake, get it about 2 or 3 mil thick, put it down there. Yes, it's going to crumble. Okay, but just cook it on a hot plate and roast it. Flip it. Yeah, it's going to crumble. Roast it. Break it up, get it really dry, and put it over ice cream, and you'll get not another nicer taste to put on top of vanilla ice cream. A little crumbly. Oh, it's like roasted peanuts, nuts. It's got everything. Yeah, but it's fresh. It tastes like shit.
Oh, really?
Heat is wonderful. Gives it such a nutty taste. It's sort of like sesame oil, sesame seeds.
Yeah.
All right, and now try to figure out somewhere in between there if you've got salt with it, a nice salty peanut. Very different. And all that sort of, it's got both sort of properties. So
Okay.
when you roast them, got to cook it.
So you got a big food source right there, Wiz.
Oh yeah, I got oak trees for acres.
Who was the Algonquin Indian? They were making a flatbread out of oak. The little nuts.
Algonquin?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're Canadian.
Weren't they around Milwaukee? This sort of fucks up my story, and that the blokes who were running around and the 2 guys.
Actually, I thought Minnesota, but maybe I don't know.
One had an air rifle with him.
They were
Lewis and Clark.
Algonquin.
Lewis and Clark. In their journals, and they were talking to outside of Milwaukee to a guy who was an Algonquin Indian, and he gave him a tip on which way to go. So that sort of screws my story up. Maybe the Indian was displaced. I don't know. Fucking undocumented traveler. Fuck's sake, I don't know. But that's how I read it in the Lewis and Clark story. And he was an Algonquin Indian.
All I know about the Algonquin is they were a water tribe. So they were up in the Great Lakes somewhere up there, and the rivers, and they used skin boats. And I think they might have even hunted whale, but I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Hang five. Someone, Huckleberry. Thank you very much for just reminding me. I only did that with the white ones. Someone did it with the brownish coloured ones, and they said it tasted like fucking leather. I don't know. There's some ways of doing it, but there's half a dozen different ways to prepare it in an acorn, right out. So
I can't read the chat.
Why?
This is the first time I've
not chat. You're on your phone. Yeah.
This is the first time that I've not been able to read the chat. Something weird going on.
Yeah, we're experiencing problems in the background.
StreamYard's chat server is dead in the ass. It doesn't even ping.
Well, I should say
the API.
I should say it's the first time in a while that I haven't been able to read the chat, because that was the case a while back. But now, the Native American way that I know of to prepare acorns is you take them and you put them in a basket and put them in the river, and you let in a cold river, and you let them, what they call it, I guess they call it like blanching it or something. But what you're trying to do is leach out the tannins out of while they're in the shell. You don't take them out of the shell just yet. And you leave them in the shell, keep them in the river, let it flow over it. A running river, a cold running river. Then you do what Jack said. You take them out and you crack. You parch them with on a fire, and they start to crack and stuff. So you take the ones out that have worms in them because there's going to be some with worms in them. You crack them open, you lay them all out, and then you blanch them like Jack was talking about with the heat. That's the way I know. But that was a long, long time ago. I was a teenager. I was like 13 years old.
Well, I read a thing. It was actually put out by the Boy Scouts of America. 6 easy meals prepared with acorn. So that's how I know there's 6.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yep,
I know about that.
yep.
This was
There,
this was where I'm talking about was in 1973, the National Jamboree up in Farragut, Idaho, and that's where I had acorns, and that's
so
where they taught us.
I was always envious of the Boy Scouts because they're too far away for me to join, and I loved it done it, and all that sort of thing. So that's why I help out here, and camp and showing them how to make fire, how to do stuff. I'm just a helper. I don't officially join. I get a weapons permit, so I'm prohibited from playing. So I'm okay with the schools because their schools are different. Boy Scouts are an individual one. Yeah,
1973. Can you believe that? A lot of people on this chat aren't even that old. I was a Boy Scout already.
well, shit, when, what, 57? So say 5,
Well, you're a
66.
couple years. You're a couple years older than me. 3 years older, I think.
Yeah, I'm in 57. I was born in 57.
Yeah, I was born in 1960.
Cool. Underneath the clouds. Yep, that was cool.
Oh man.
I can't sing for shit though. Let's just say, all these years, the one thing I would have liked to have actually accomplished in it to be actually be able to play the piano after all those years of practice. Because I screwed up my hands, martial arts, and blacksmithing. General.
So I did the math.
Yeah.
My mom never told me this, but when I did the math, I figured it out that I must have been conceived in early December. That my mom and dad were doing hanky panky in December.
Yeah, she found the Christmas present hubby had put away for her, and that a couple of months earlier.
Yep. So I was conceived in early December. I had to have been. So if when these Corona babies come out, what do you? Because there's going to be a Corona baby boom,
Oh yeah.
and so you figure how many babies when the Corona baby boom hits? It's going to be 9 months from now, which is going to be what, November.
I think 5. To be honest with you, I expect this one to last about 3 months.
Yeah.
All right.
There's
So
one hell of a baby boom. Yeah.
So they'll be popping out babies November through January, maybe into February.
well, Hal the goat back at the Crow. If Don T's and that nodding off in his chair. Hey Don. Hal the goat.
Sponsored by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.
So you reckon?
Yeah, what's going to happen? by a very circuitous thinking about it, route in maybe. Actually, I might get them in time to grow some next year. I'll get some off there, and then I'll be useless for about 2 months. I know because I'll grow the Don's pot and wipe myself out. So what I'm going here. You don't get it?
So
I'm sorry. Say what?
I'm just saying, and that I saw that purple haze wipe you out, rightio.
Purple D. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to have 3 puffs of that, and I'll be useless for about 3 months.
I am.
It's going to, it's going to take me around 9 or 10 months to get those tweeds here semi legally, don't you?
Yeah. I tell you what, that's I'm gonna have to water it down a little bit to make it manageable.
So that's what I do, and that's the bastard trick I've had. The only thing I can water them down with it successfully without coughing all the time has been tobacco. And the whole idea of me doing this
Well, I was
was
just gonna mix it with some lesser. I was just gonna mix it with some lesser.
I got herbal cigarettes now, but every now and again one of them makes me cough like a bastard. I don't know why. It's actually, but I'm doing the butter at the moment. I got about 10 pounds of butter done, and I'm not going to buy more butter.
You gotta go buy some more butter.
And I've got little. I didn't get a lot of all female buds this year. I really didn't. I only got 2 or 3 branches off one plant that went female. And oh yeah, come here. That's one of them. Now I've trimmed all that one off. So I just get that.
Yeah.
So they're not brilliant in that. I had 2 massive frosts 2 weeks apart, and then 3 days after the last frost, we had a 126, 129 degree day. People are arguing about it. So, and not enough water. Hello, Grace.
Hey, Grace, how you doing?
How you doing? Oh wow. Chat is starting to show up for me now.
Yeah, it's just kicked in.
Yeah.
Online, Debev. I'll give you a link into the website, exactly where to go to get seeds. The guy is a dead set patriot, and he's got probably some of the best on the market. So let me just throw that in there. And do us a favour, tell him the Great American Experience and that sent you over.
Absolutely. Oh, I
So-
got the link. Let me get the link up. I think I got.
I just put the sorry.
Oh, you just put that straight up. Okay.
I didn't put the www in. Sorry, so it's not an actual proper link. You're gonna have to cut and paste it into your browser. Sorry, darling. But I'm actually looking at stuff at the moment.
Hi, Grace. Grace and Deb. I see Deb in there too. Hello, Deb.
I'm going to share screen in this one here. Share screen, Chrome tab, share. If you can see that one there. So their seeds, if you can have a look where have I got this? There. This one here. That's what I'm actually looking at the moment. So $3 each for that. Everywhere else are $6 to $8 per seed. That one's 5 for 15. That's cheap, man. I've only just been looking the last couple of days, so I'm not an expert on this. But it's a gent who's in this channel. He's a regular on Pete the Patriots. He's on R-Rad Conservative. I've seen him around for quite a few months. He puts a few bucks here into super chats for folks, a few bucks here and there for charity. How it pops up in the YouTube chat. So he's the real deal. He looks after folks. So I'll promote him, and he's got 5-star feedback everywhere he goes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I tell you what, he's awesome. And
Before I promote anything, I don't promote myself this big, but yeah, I had a look. Thing, all the feedback. He's on referral sites and all that sort of stuff. Hasn't been going all that long, but never let a customer down. I did have one dickhead, and that was a guy who's, because you can trace back people as well when they make a comment on a review site. You can trace them back. This guy's got 8 comments and all bitchy over triviality. So I suppose you get that. I've had them too.
yeah, there's always one or two.
No, I only found the one. That was review site.
Oh, we lost Bill.
What happened?
Bill dropped out.
Yeah, Michelle's tired. She's probably not had a real good day. Bit tired, bit run down, all that sort of thing. So prayer she's better, but yeah, she'll be back. You won't keep Michelle down for long.
Well, she was here earlier. She was here earlier for just a little while.
She's been run down, running around like a mad chook, and busy, and tired, not enough sleep. Everything changed, because she was up late last night, and at like 4:30 her time when we got down the stream, and everything changed early this morning around about 7 o'clock. So instead of getting, waiting up for breakfast and all Bill's back. Oh, sorry, man.
What's up?
Now, while you folks are in there, I got to get on the phone. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit.
Cool.
I got lag. Yeah, I got my finger over the remove from scratch. There, I can have.
Well, I can see myself. And at least I can tell I don't have an elongated head. Now, here's something I found. How would you like to win this for a giveaway?
Oh, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
308.
Oh,
Yep.
really?
I'll post the link to it. But there's also another one that's up for
What is that?
giveaway.
What is that? Is that an AR-10?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That's what you need, buddy.
That's what I'm looking for.
And this is another giveaway.
Where's this? Springfield
How about
Armory?
an M1? Yeah. In
Okay.
308.
That's me right there. That's me.
Yeah.
That,
Well, I thought it
would
was
look
when I
good
saw
on
this
me.
because it's got the iron sights. So I'll
Yeah,
post the link
that'd
to
look good
both
on
of
me.
these giveaways.
And
I,
two extra.
I think Wiz wants the AR-10. I want the Springfield.
Yeah. I'll take the AR. I'll definitely do that.
Hey, the AR would give you quicker follow-up shots though, because of that buffer assembly and everything, and it's a lot more
Yes.
tactical. I want the M1. That's why.
Now I'm happy with the AR-10. I get that.
I actually used to have an M1 Garand. I don't have it anymore. And I've been kicking myself ever since. I had a distress sale.
What is it for customers or something? Do you have to buy something?
No, it's just a monthly contest. There's a lot of places actually that do gun giveaway contest every month.
Okay.
Oh, man, that's
I know
got
who
this
they are.
sweet. It's got the kick-ass butt on it too.
Aero
Uh,
Precision is in Washington State.
Yeah, that's the company I was telling you about the other night that I couldn't remember the name of.
Aero Precision, I know it very well. I
Yeah.
did an Aero Precision build not long ago.
Well, that link that I put in earlier that I was telling you about the lower, that's Aero Precision's unfinished, lower. Just the bare aluminum with no coatings or anything.
I'll tell you what, I'll put an Aero Precision against a Colt or just about anything. Well, no, I mean, it's not what a Colt is, but it's still a very, very nice rifle. It's on par with the best. Aero Precision, and the other one would be Palmetto. I'm a big fan of Palmetto also, Palmetto State Armory. In fact, Palmetto has one of the coolest little guns I'd love to have, and it's the AK-9. It's 9mm AK. And then they were going to be building something on par with the German MP5, and they were parading it at SHOT Show in Vegas, but they haven't come out with it yet. And they said they're going to be coming out with it probably about July. So it'd be like a German MP5, almost exactly a German MP5. The closest American thing ever made to an MP5. And MP5s, if you know anything about them, Wizard, when you were over in Germany, remember the Polizei? They used to carry MP5s.
yes, and Mac 10s.
Yeah,
The
they
Polizei, Polizei.
the MP5 was the Polizei gun. I love those MP5s. They look so badass. Those freaking Polizei walking around. They were wearing berets back then in the airports,
Yep.
and
Yep.
said Polizei across the back of their jacket, and they had MP5s. But they were full auto. They were rock and roll.
Yeah, they were full auto. There's no joke about that.
All right, I got the links for both of those contests in the YouTube chat and the private chat.
I visited their Facebook page.
So
Yeah.
you can get build kits for MP5s. You can actually get surplus build kits to build your own.
So I've got
And
8 of these.
there's
Yeah, can I refer you?
what?
I need to find 10 people to refer, so I
Oh,
can.
yeah, go ahead. You got my email address.
Oh, I know what I'll do. My kids are gonna hate me.
10 people for what?
Well, part of the contest, you get multiple entries if you complete tasks like refer friends or visit their Facebook page or follow them on Twitter and shit like that.
Yeah, Classic Firearms does the same thing. In fact, it's the same. It's the same contractor that they do these contests with. The name of the company is called Gleam, and
Mhm.
all these gun contests are all done by Gleam, and they're out of Australia, by the way. I've been entering Classic for a long time. I've been entering theirs, and if you guys gave me your email addresses, I could refer them to you, and if you sign on it, I get points, and then whoever you get to sign on it, you get points, and so on. That's how it works, and you get a lot of points for just one person signing on through your email link. Either that or uh, through a text message link. Same thing. Whether it's text message or whatever, if they go in through your link, because the number's individual for each person. So whatever that link is going to be your own
Mhm.
personal link number. And say you send it to me in my email, and I go join on Wiz. I join in on the contest that Wizard sent me. Wizard would get like thousands of points just for one person, for one referral. Check out Classic Firearms. They're having a contest right now, and they're constantly having them. And they're out in North Carolina.
ClassicFirearms.com, is that the
Yes,
one?
sir. Mm-hmm.
And so what, you join, register with their site, and you can earn points? Is that the site you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
You earn points. There's a bunch of, and in fact, there's probably about like 12 different ways you earn points. But the one that gives you the most points for it is if you send me, say, if you sent me a link to my email through it, and I go in through your link, you're going to get like thousands of points or 900 or whatever it is. It's going to be a lot of points. Just if somebody comes, you don't get it from sending it. You get it if they join. So that's how you get the points. We could all just network.
And what, you
Huh?
just redeem the points for stuff online?
It just gives you more entries. So one person joining in through your link will give you a whole bunch of entries.
Oh,
And
I gotcha. Points for
they always have
merchandise.
Yeah. Yeah, if we networked with each other, we'd be getting points out the wazoo. We'd be winning freaking contests on that. If we just networked with each other. We'd all be armed to the gills, man. We'd be winning so much shit.
Oh, geez. I'm looking at their website right now, and on the front page, they got a picture of an AR that's double-barreled. It's called
Yep.
a Gilboa DBR Snake.
It's Israeli.
That's a mean-looking fucker. Holy
Uh-huh.
shit.
Dual magazines. I'm telling you, they always have cool shit like that. Sometimes it's AKs, it's all kinds of stuff. It's all different kinds of stuff. Sniper rifles, some of them are old. They have old Mauser contests, and they
got a sale for
SKS.
Chinese SKS Type 56 rifles. $300.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
You know,
I remember when
China,
you could get an SKS for $80.
China liked their Type 56 better than they did their AKs.
Uh-huh.
You know what else is going to go really cheaply this year?
Mm.
Easter candy. It's going to be cheap as hell.
I don't know who cares about Easter candy. I don't know.
I'm gonna stock up on jelly beans and chocolate bunnies. You're damn right. Those 1 pound chocolate bunnies, I'm gonna buy a shitload of them. I'll buy a whole case. That's okay.
I'm into the jelly beans.
Oh, definitely the jelly beans. I like the traditional flavors with the licorice and the cherry and the lemon and all that shit. Yeah. Trump is gay too? What? Hello, Martin. That's a hell of a way to jump in this thing. No, I didn't see that, Grace. On March 21st, huh? Oh, wow. Do you have any links or where that's at? Oh, throw up a link, please. I'll bookmark that sucker.
What?
Grace Race had put up here, Wiz, did you see Kim Clement's daughter is releasing a letter of her dad's about Trump on March 21st?
Oh yeah, I'm subscribed to her channel.
Yeah, that's a big one. I bet that's going to be wild. I really, yeah.
Here you go, Bill. They got a Yugoslavian M24 8mm Mauser surplus on sale for $350.
They used to be real cheap, but you know what? They're worth every dime.
Yeah.
They are worth every dime. 8mm. It's actually harder hitting than a 30-06 because I've actually shot both. And the 8mm, when you see what it does to metal, it just puts the hurt on. It puts craters in thick steel if it doesn't go through it. And most of your old surplus ammo is steel core, so it's good penetrating stuff.
Oh, okay.
I had old Iranian ammo, and it was on bandoliers with stripper clips, and it'll run through all the 8mm Mausers. Dirty ammo, though. It's dirty. I mean, you want to clean it right when you're done because it'll freaking, it's corrosive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all that Eastern Bloc stuff is all corrosive.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why our NATO ammo, it's running a lot cleaner powders and stuff, and you don't have all the salts and everything in it. So if you don't keep it clean, and then you want to clean it on a regular basis when the weapon is not being used, because you think you got all the salts out, you run a freaking brush through it, and you find, oh shit, here comes a red dust cloud from rust, and it's like, it's not good, you know.
Right. Oh, man, dude, I really messed up one year. We had a flood in the basement and I had my rifle, my 303 British in a case standing up in the corner. And I didn't realize it was there until well after we were done cleaning up the flood, the floor and all that stuff, getting everything back to normal. And I was like, oh my God, I pull it out and it's all wet and it had rust spots on it. I was like, oh crap. I spent the next day and a half cleaning that son of a bitch up.
It happened.
Yeah.
I had a
when I moved into the farm here 20 years ago, my the first rifle that I ever bought, it's a Savage Mark II bolt action 22, and it got misplaced in the move. I thought somehow it didn't make it from my apartment over to here, but it turns out it made it over here, and my grandfather got to it before I did, and he, for whatever reason, decided to hide it behind a filing cabinet that we had in the family room that had a baseboard heater right along the floor next to it, steam radiator heating.
Oh.
And it was there for about 8 years before I found it. Stainless steel barrel, but it was all pitted on the outside. The bore is still good.
Yeah.
Well, pitting devalues it, but there's not a lot.
I
you
don't
could
care
do.
how it looks. I'm gonna refinish it. I'm gonna sand it down, buff it all out, and I'm gonna paint it.
Just wait.
I got a chassis. I'm gonna redo the stock for.
Give me some time because I'm trying to get a bead blaster, and maybe we can blast that thing and put a nice matte finish on it.
Well, I
And
Yeah,
then
I can provide you with the walnut husks. Hickory dust.
walnut husks are good.
Mhm.
Yep. I'm gonna just get one of those Harbor Freight things. It's like it's got these gloves that you stick your hand in, and you can manipulate your parts and stuff inside while it's blasting it. That's what I'm gonna get from Harbor Freight, and it'll just be like walnut husks or the glass beads, whichever,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
sand, silica.
Well, yeah, that's the
Depends
norm.
on. They call it what it's called, the medium, whatever kind of medium you're using, walnut husks or glass beads, silica, whatever. They even use quartz.
I've got a
They use all
blasting
kinds.
cabinet. Your reach-in
Huh?
blasting cabinet. I've got a reach-in
cool.
blasting cabinet. So it's a
Oh, that's what
standard.
I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
That's
I got
exactly what
one.
I'm talking about. You do?
Oh yeah,
Good.
I've got a blasting cabinet with the gloves in it and everything. Gloves might need to be replaced. I haven't used it for a number of years, but
Hey, Wiz, I watched your video, by the way. Those chairs and those Adirondack chairs and benches and everything you made.
yeah.
That was actually really, really nice work there.
Well, thank you.
I thought I didn't know you'd already started. Well, you told me about it, but I didn't know that you'd already gone that far with it. That's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, that all the pictures I showed earlier.
Yeah.
That was all last year. The stuff I made last year. I started making them last year. I think I sold about 30 of those coolers. Maybe 25, 26, something like that. I think I'm up to. Yeah, but it's been my number one seller other than the picnic tables. The picnic tables go like as fast as I can make them usually.
Wow,
was
you're really doing it, man.
Do what?
You're really doing it. You have staple guns and stuff and nail guns or what?
I use all screws. I put everything together with screws and lag screws. The big stuff. If the big stuff all gets 9/16 and half-inch bolts.
I use glue. I use glue and screws.
Well, I use lag bolts for the big stuff, and I use 3-inch screws for everything else. So everything's getting put together hard. You know what I'm saying? It's meant to be beat up. So yeah, I sand and router all the edges, and get everything ready to go for an initial paint or something. It's basically just a rough sand, but that's all I do. I don't finish them. I sell them raw, but ready to sand and stain. Yep.
Very nice.
So all the edges are routered. Even on the picnic tables, I don't leave hard edges on nothing. Around the seats, around the table, that's all 1/4-inch rounded and with router. I put every one of my tables is designed with a post hole, so that they can put on an umbrella over it. I just put it in my design, so I don't have to worry about it.
Pallet?
Your table. Do
Is
what?
it all pallet?
It's all out of pallets. Yes, sir. Some
Wow.
of it on the big tables, we used a 2x6 planking. We recovered from decks when they tear down big decks and stuff like that. We'll go in and we'll haul off all their wood, all their old wood, and we'll salvage the wood from that and make the tops for the big tables. Sure.
That looks
Yeah.
really nice. You did a really good job on those. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I do pretty good with my business. In fact, I've been told I need to charge a lot more for my coolers. But I even get the inserts, even the cooler that insert that's in there,
Yeah.
the styrofoam piece that's in there. I get those for free. I pick them up from the factories. They get dry ice in them. There's nothing wrong with them, but they can't.
Yeah.
They don't. The company doesn't buy them back from them, and they pay $30 for each time they get one, but they have to throw them away. Well, I take them and build these coolers out of them, and it's out of the pallet wood too. So I got I got some screws and hinges as far as hardware goes. About $10 I spent on that stuff with the drain plug and the gas strut. I have to take new pictures because the one I had in there, the picture I have in there still is one with, I just was using cables to keep the top restraint. And I only made shortly after that, I started putting gas struts in them like you have on a hatchback kind of thing, but made for cabinetry. And, it's pretty cool. But it's got a drain plug and it's got the strut hinges and some screws. About $10 worth of hardware, and the whole 9 yards. So people seem to love them. I sell a lot of them to the high rent areas, for their patios and pools and party decks and stuff like that. And they get to finish them themselves, so it works out great for everybody. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I've got some more stuff I'm going to be building. Some more cool stuff. Way cool stuff. I'm going to make a patio bar. I'll probably be able to sell them for like $3.50 a piece, maybe more. But it folds in half, becomes a bar table.
Maybe, yeah. I just hadn't thought of going to that length. I used to use it. I used to get pallets. I get tons of pallets. I used to pick mine up at a truck stop, and this truck stop, they were always just dumping pallets, and I was grabbing them and using them for walls. I would do these I don't know. I know what it's called in the painting world. It's called a wainscot, where you paint up the wall so high, and then you put a chair rail so that chairs don't, break.
Sure.
You see that a lot of older homes in the UK.
And instead of a wainscot, I was using those pallets, and I was doing these diagonal wood designs, and then I would put my cap molding on the top there, and people were liking it. And then I'd whitewash it a lot of times. I'd just use a thin down white paint with linseed oil or whatever, and whitewash it.
Crow Minion, I don't know about a pallet goose, but I was thinking about a pallet vet. A wooden Corvette.
They already got the wooden chopper down in Alabama. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
And it runs.
Oh yeah. That's good to go. All right. Your husband just made a really nice drill holding station. I've seen some of that stuff on eBay, or not on eBay, but on YouTube. And yeah, I'm gonna try and work some stuff out like that, because I got so many tools. I need to get them organized, and I'm gonna use a couple of those ideas off of YouTube to put together my workbenches. I got a lot of workbenches to put together. So.
I think I think I'm going to make a wooden AR-14 to send to Joe Biden.
Hey, did you see that?
You'll send an F-15 after you.
No, they actually made an M14.
They made an M14, but not an AR-14.
They made an AR-14 and gave it to the guy. Ruger made an AR-14 and gave it to the guy for facing down Joe. I see that article too. I was like, that's the shit.
Well, there's a mini 14.
I think that might be what they're talking about. Yeah. So yeah, this is like I was like, oh no way, that's awesome, man. They contacted the guy and gave him
Well,
one
now
of them.
this guy's doing commercials for the NRA. The NRA's even got him in it.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's cool, man.
No more Democrat for him.
Yeah. He's not a
He's
Democrat
getting that
now.
still.
He might have been one, but not now. I guarantee.
Right. He might have had a thought about voting for Biden, but then now, damn it, he made up his mind. Love it. Love it.
I think that's why he actually went there to go talk to Joe Biden, because he wanted to vote for him, but Joe Biden was he wanted to find out where he stood with the gun rights first. There's probably somebody saying, Joe Biden's a gun grabber. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. The hell he ain't. And then he goes up and asks Joe Biden. And Joe Biden says, "You're full of shit."
Yeah. You're full of shit. You piece of that. Yeah. Oh, that's not it. Hold on. I got it.
He's like, "You're full of shit. I did not say that."
Yeah, you did, you piece of shit. Yeah.
He's a FUD.
Dude, it's just that it's such a losing situation for them, man. I swear.
I'm sorry, but we're in the no FUD zone.
Yeah, the no malarkey zone. All right, I got the link together finally, and here you go. Bam.
I am.
I was putting together another link set. Yeah, there you go. Sorry. Just taking care of stuff in the background. Maintenance. Stuff I've been wanting to get done. Do. But yeah, no shit, man.
Huckleberry, I'll keep an eye on things, Huck, if you want to call tonight. Go ahead and get some beauty sleep.
Oh shit, it's 1 o'clock. I gotta go too, guys. I really gotta go. Yeah.
I'll keep it up for another half hour or so.
Okay, one more go.
I think Jack's coming back too, so.
Yeah, kick.
I shall be back.
All right, Jack.
All of the luck.
I'm really liking this sour diesel. It seems like the
It's a good strain. I've had it many times.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Yeah. Yeah. I got uses for the for the purple D. I want to say that like a weapon. I'll tell you what. Whew.
So I imagine you probably got some good wood up there for making musical instruments too.
Well, we got hickory, we got walnut, we got
Ash.
cedar, we got ash, we got sycamore. Yeah. Yeah, we've got all the good stuff here.
Well, we're making like mandolins and what they call mountain dulcimers. Ash.
Mhm.
Oh
is a
yeah,
good one right there.
I tried to learn how to play a dulcimer when I was younger.
I played mountain dulcimer.
The hammered?
No, mountain dulcimer.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's what I tried. But have you ever seen the hammered dulcimers where they actually use their hammers, and they play them kind of almost like a xylophone.
Yep.
Interesting music.
Well, the mountain dulcimer is it's got 5 strings. There's a 4 strings. I'm sorry, 4 strings, and then there's a tuner. There's one on the side, kind of like on a banjo, if I remember right. Anyway, what happened to mine? It was such a beautiful instrument. I had it hanging on the wall with a couple of nails. Somebody slammed the door, and my dulcimer freaking broke in a bunch of pieces. And I haven't played dulcimer ever since.
Well, I will see you all tomorrow, Patriots. Thank you for everything. You guys are awesome. Just dream well, Patriots. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take it
God
easy.
bless you.
That's what happened to my mountain dulcimer situation. And I also play banjo. Well, I had a banjo in a storage unit. My banjo was in the storage unit temporarily. Well, it just so happens I was on the road driving a truck, and you heard about that eminent domain law, right? Where they came in with a bunch. Yeah. And by the way, this was while Bush was president. He's the one that did this eminent domain thing. And if they deem an area blighted, they can come in and like these guys did. This was actually just before Bush did this. I guess they were testing the waters anyway. This old man, he had these storage units, and that was going to be the nest egg for the rest of his life, and he collected rent off of them. Well, they came in with a team of lawyers and just declared it a blighted area and said we're going to give you fair market value for the cost of this for this storage unit thing that you built. And it was several storage units. I mean, it was like, I don't know, probably over 100. And my stuff was in there, and I was on the road driving a truck. I had no idea that this was happening. I get back, and they were already tearing it down, and all my shit had been looted, including my banjo and stuff that had my social security number on it and everything. And there was nothing I could do about it.
That sucks.
So, but that was the end of my banjo days. I don't play banjo. I can't afford to rebuy those instruments. I was able to get a guitar. I have a acoustic electric guitar and an amplifier, and I still have several musical instruments. I just don't have my bluegrass stuff anymore.
Yeah, I got an acoustic electric guitar and an amplifier. I haven't used them in years. The guitar, I accidentally left it in storage for like a year and a half, 2 years, with a dead 9-volt battery in the preamp on board, and it corroded out and leaked battery acid all over the inside of the compartment. So I got to get that fixed and cleaned up before I can sell it.
Oh, that's got to be maddening.
Well, it'll be a fairly easy job. I just have to cut the wires and pull back enough of the wires so that I can resolder the connection after I clean out the box. It's just a matter of getting around to do it. It's a 1983 Ovation, mid-depth round back.
Fiberglass round back, yeah.
It's got a really beautiful black top that fades to gray around the rosette.
Yeah.
They call it like a barn door finish on it.
Yeah.
Nice guitar, but I got short, stubby fingers, and they don't like to wrap their way all the way around the neck, so I just gave up on it.
Well, I'm a fan of Hohner. My guitar is a Hohner. My banjo was a Hohner. All of my harmonicas are Honers.
I used to have a Hohner harmonica. when I was a kid.
Yeah. I have probably over 20 harmonicas. And I also play keyboard. I play piano, keyboard, and all that. Yeah, I play quite a few instruments. I could just about pick up any instrument and get really good at it after about a day's worth of dinkering around with it, and I can pretty much figure it out.
Yeah, my father left me with a whole shitload of keyboard equipment that I'm going to be selling. Got a Hammond XB2 88 key electric piano, Korg SG Pro X,
Want to
and
get
like 8 or 9 other synthesizers and keyboards. I got a big ass mixing board, stage monitors, all kinds of shit.
the Korg, is it? Can you like download stuff and or use a CD on it?
I think it only has a MIDI cable hookup to it. I'm not positive though. I'd have to take a look. I've never
It's an
messed
older
around with
one.
any of them. I'm sorry.
It's an older one.
Yeah, probably late '80s.
Okay. Yeah, I probably want one that's about 2000 or newer.
Yeah, this was older.
I have a Yamaha, but Korg are top notch. I mean, they're professional. My Yamaha is a professional model.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stage piano that he had, that thing was professional.
I mean, the instruments that it says it does, that it says, like, let's say I want to do synthetic strings, for example. It sounds like synthetic strings.
Mm.
I mean, it really sounds like that's the instrument that's being played, or electric lead guitar. It sounds like that, or I could go electric distorted guitar. It sounds like it, and that's what I love about my Yamaha. And I've tried other brands. The only other one that I liked other than my Yamaha was the Korg, and I like the Korg just a little bit better, but I want a newer model. I don't want a brand new one. I don't need a brand new one, but I want something that's like about probably a 2004, 2006, somewhere in that range. You get it too new and it's going to run you too much money because they run around $18,000.
Yeah, it's the ridiculous thing is, my dad, he learned music when he was a kid, piano. He wasn't very good at it, and he never really ended up being all that good at it, but he thought that he was really good at it. So he spent untold thousands of dollars on all this gear, and he couldn't even play a single song. He could play a couple chord progressions, and he would just play around and make noise with it. It was a complete waste of money.
Tell you what I did for my daughter. My daughter thought she was a good singer. I could tell that she had a good voice, but she didn't know how to sing. But I didn't want to tell her that because I wanted to encourage her to sing.
Was she tone
So
deaf?
no, not at all. She just thought, she was young and everything, and she thought, she would naturally wanted to add vibrato and stuff into her singing notes and
Okay,
everything.
gotcha.
And she was overdoing it and didn't know how far to go with it and everything. So here's what I did. I got her karaoke. And that way she could listen to herself sing and know if it sounded good or not. And she wound up becoming, I got to tell you, she's won several competitions, karaoke competitions on those cruise lines
Cool.
where they do the karaoke competitions. She got trophies for this stuff.
Nice.
And she was lead singer in 2 different churches in the choir. So that's how good she got. And a lot of it I just attribute I knew that she was a good singer, and I got her that karaoke, and it made the world of difference. And now she really sounds like a pro. She's got an excellent range. I'm bragging on my daughter. Oh well. Guess I'm just a proud dad. Still love her.
No, Cro-Minion, I don't think he had a PPG wave. It doesn't sound familiar.
Eh?
He said his favorite thing that he had was something called a quasi MIDI. All this keyboard equipment is still left set up studio arrangement in one of our spare bedrooms, but I can't get to it because I got a whole bunch of junk that I threw in the bedroom there when I was cleaning out the house after he passed away. So I still have to get in there and clean all that crap out so that I can get to the music gear. It's a project for the spring.
But if you want a part, well, if you want to let me know what you got available as far as keyboards.
Yeah, I'll inventory everything and I'll list it up for you.
Sure.
I'd rather a friend get it than just some random person on Craigslist or something.
Yeah. There's another thing that I play really well, but I don't own one, and my grandmother had one, and I learned to play an accordion, and I got really good at the accordion. I'm appreciating accordions now. I didn't used to. I thought it was like old Lawrence Welk shit, and they've got something right.
There's surprisingly a lot of good accordion music in like kind of the folky bluegrass scene and like the Americana folk music scene. They're using a lot of accordion in that nowadays.
The coolest accordion, I think. Well, I don't know if it's the coolest. I'd like to have a lot of different accordions, but the one that I kind of am interested in is a Cajun button accordion.
Okay.
To play music. Yeah.
Yeah. When me and my sister used to go scrapping, just driving around looking at junk on the bulk trash nights, we found an accordion about 3 years ago. I think she still has it. It's like a 1950s model. I don't know the name, but the bellows were all cracked and rotted out. So I don't know if it was, worth trying to restore. I'll have to ask her. She
My
still
phone,
has it.
my phone is just turning to snot on me right now.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna jump out of the stream here and get back in the chat once I get it plugged in.
All righty.
But
let me throw a link up so anybody else can get in. Somebody else wants to hop on, there you go. And y'all get to see my ugly mug. Well, we used to have a big bench set Hammond B3, and I think that's what my dad learned to play on. And he finally sold it, about 10 years ago. And he used the money for that to buy a huge ass flat screen TV and surround sound 5.1 system. So it was kind of an even trade. Hey, Battery, what's up? Here's a link for you. Why don't you hop on? So what's new in Oregon today? Are the stores getting cleaned out there? Because things are getting kind of nuts out here in Ohio. A signed generator? I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar. We have a company out here called Rule King, and they're kind of like a tractor supply company. They're a feed shop, farm equipment, but they also do have a big clothing department, a hardware department, a food department, all kinds of shit like that, and a firearms department. We have one about 5 miles from me. My sister went there yesterday. They didn't have a single box of ammo left in the store. It was all sold out. My store where I work, no toilet paper, no bread, no eggs. But we still had lots of, general grocery stuff, canned foods, microwavable foods, frozen foods, the fresh produce. I think people are just panicking on certain things and not everything around here. But I haven't been out to any of the grocery stores, but I hear they're mostly bare now too. Signal generator, okay. Hola, Sebas de la Fuente. ¿Cómo está? Be aware that's the extent of my knowledge of Spanish. Yep. Well, I remember I went out with my sister to the Rural King on Black Friday, and they had people buying shopping carts full of 1,000 round cases of 12 gauge and 5.56, thousands of dollars worth of ammo. The line to the gun counter was about 200 people long. What pistol did you end up getting, Crow? Oh, yeah, you were saying that. I remember now. Who knows I'm in the guns and the outdoors. He actually works for an outdoor and gun place. He came into my work this past fall and just gave me a bunch of promotional hats that they had that they couldn't get rid of. And 3 of them gave me a Smith hat and a Stoger hat. The Stoger hat I'm sending the Carpenter Patriot. And he gave me a Daniel Defense hat. I like the Smith hat. It's got a mesh back. I wear it when I'm cutting the lawn in the summertime. What's up, Bill? You need to try the heat sink trick on your phone. It works, I'm telling you. Yeah, my AR-14 was lost in an unfortunate canoeing accident. Okay, what I use for a heat sink, I have these laminated gel-filled ice packs that you throw in the freezer, and they have segmented cells that are about 1.5 inch squares. And the thing's about, like an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. You throw it in the freezer, and it gets all nice and chilled out. And I take it out, put a paper towel around it so the condensation doesn't transfer to the phone. And then I take the back cover of the phone off to expose the battery, and I just put it right on top of the paper towel over the gel pack, and it sucks the heat out and lets your phone charge faster. When I was using my phone to get on the StreamYard, because StreamYard hates phones, it would drain that battery so fucking fast. And even with the heat, I'd have to switch out the heat sinks, the gel packs, like every hour, like 3, rotate them in the freezer. But it works. Redneck engineering. The pause that refreshes.
Thanks
Did
for that.
YouTube freeze up?
Sorry. Sebas de la Fuente. Hey, ¿qué pasa? Hola. Dos cervezas, por favor. That's about the end of my Spanish, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, I greeted him pretty much the same way and said the same thing.
Trump is gay?
Nah.
Yeah, having a good look at his missions, I could probably see why, and that if I was psychotic. You know what I mean? Well, let's have a look at the presidential wives. Bill's just recently come out and said he cheated on Hillary, and that to relieve the stress. I can understand that. Being married to Hillary. Bernie's missus. Seriously, you got to. If you're into BDSM and that as on the sub side of things, and that, yeah, I can understand it. Joe's missus and that looks okay, but he keeps on confusing her with her sister for some reason. So what's going on there? So I don't know who's gay, who's what. Well, I really don't care as long as you're not an arsehole. I don't care whether you're black, you're green, you're purple. Are you an arsehole? Are you obnoxious? That's all I'm worried about. Isn't that right, chicken? We just want friends who'll give us nice scritches, eh?
Right on.
Folks we can sit down and have a bowl with. Speaking of a bowl, can I have one of these? Thank you. Sometimes she says no. Sometimes it's all about just, hey, what are you doing? No habla español. Nada español. And what's it say on the explosives boxes and the boxes of grenades and shit like that in Spanish? Palagra?
Palagra, yeah.
Danger? Yeah, that's the end of my Spanish, sorry. I knew a couple of little things a long time ago, and that thanks to a very nice lady who yeah. She was visiting Australia. Cute. Didn't want to stay here, though. but she did have a career back in Spain. Now what you want? You going to come up too? You going to come up? Or what do you want? Chicken wants more scritches. Do you want to talk or do you want to bed? You going to say what's the matter? No. Ancho fajitas, por favor. Is that anchovy and chicken fajitas?
Ancho peppers.
Ancho pepper, pepper and chicken. All right. Peligro. Pelagre, that's it. Pelagre. That's the one, means danger. Yeah. Because you can recognise explosive in Spanish. Explosive looks like explosive in English. But we've got peligro in it. Not that I know anything about Spanish ammo crates. I just thought about that for a second.
Have you been to Spain?
It had nothing to do with any weapons in Spain whatsoever. Dear. Well, obviously I'm not doing it right. Where do you want? Oh, they're under the eye. Oh, yeah, you got a pin feather under the eye. Sorry, darling.
Yeah, I had a friend who was in the Navy, and he was bosun's mate on a replenishment ship, and he used to go to Rota, Spain, like twice a year. He loved it.
The missus took me to the Costa del Sol. It was full of fat, angry English tourists. And, you know, folks were hard working. They bought an investment unit and all that sort of stuff. And that was retirement. And thanks to the EU and the IMF, Spain went broke with a lot of that. And a lot of them got caught, and they were even angrier and more bitter and all that sort of thing. A couple of good folks over there. But the locals had all fucked off. I'd actually been over there with a UN thing, remote training, and that playing silly buggers with water and submarines and getting out underwater and sneaking up on the beaches. And it was Spain's turn to volunteer and that, and they hosted us for 2 weeks. And I went back to see some folks 20 years later, and they'd all fucked off, sold up to things, taking the big money and that, and bought, you know, instead of the little 2 acres that they had down there just behind the coastline, they bought 5 or 10 acres somewhere else and that, including a nice little shack. So, David the Great. What was up with David the Great?
Oh, he was saying some obscene shit about your bird. You can report us all you want, Cesari, but we don't allow personal attacks in our chat.
Well,
so
not rude here, and that birds being birds. You can try to kill them. Shit. The pricks who took $200,000 to kill me in that fucking, they're still looking for. Yeah, Arabic. But look, if you like killing innocent animals, that tells me you're sort of going to have problems later on in life, man. Not a good place to be. So, like, seek help. Stay away from little kids. They are not animals. And if you don't like critters, well, I'm sorry about that. There's a lot of joy and love to be had in that out of a dog, cat, turtle, fish, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, man. But these little guys, well, this one here was a gift. And she's been with me 17 years. And if you don't know what it's like to have a critter for a long period of time that actually likes you and cares for you and all that sort of stuff, then I feel sorry for you, dude. So I'm sorry you got blocked and that. But yeah, I hope you can't always make them happy. But yeah, Pin Feathers changed the season. And she gets a bit antsy. But I should know better. Yes, I know. On top. See, she nips around. She doesn't bite me. She just grabs. Oi. There we go. Yes, a bit too low. Come here. You want some too? Of course. But yeah. So folks like, what was it? David the Great showed out exactly how great he wants to be and that. Straight away, see something, say something obnoxious. I don't think he'd have the balls to kill anything, really. Most folks generally don't. Mind you, if they get power, look at the old chicken farmer Himmler. Couldn't do it himself. Had everybody else do it for him. All right, we'll go to bed. All right, I'll smoke this because I think I'm running late for that last one because it's been a smart ass back to the smart ass. And then, yeah, put the buzzers to bed. I'm coming. Yes. Dayla.
Good night, chicken. Good night, fella.
Wyszedł? Dayla, wyszedł? All right, buzzers are in bed. Waiting for it. No, he's right. It's Fuzzy. Sorry. I'm a little pro chat.
Right on, Bill.
I gotta have a look at that one. M1A giveaway.
Oh yeah, I put those up for Wiz and Bill because they both like the 308s.
Forbidden because I'm outside of Australia.
Yeah.
I'm from Australia.
Hey, we could smuggle it on one of those narco submarines. You guys get any of that problem over there?
Yes, big time.
The semi-submersibles.
North
even-
Korea, actually.
Yeah.
Heroin. Something like 1.5 tons of heroin.
I heard there's a lot
fuel.
of synthetic shit that they're smuggling out of North Korea too. Designer drug stuff, MDMA.
I paid attention to 1.5 tons, and I'm thinking, I think if I have a big bus over here, it's 100 kilos. All that sort of stuff. Because the folks who are important at all, they're the ones who are blocking everybody else. Thankfully, they're not flooding the place full of it. What's up with Sorry?
Oh, he's a little turd. Don't abuse kids.
They're not kids, dude. And that, yeah, you never seen dwarf throwing over here? It's a national sport in Australia, man. You get a wall with the male Velcro. You put the dwarf in the female Velcro. Thing. You grab them by the collar and by the arse, and you throw them as high up as the wall you can from 5 feet away. The girls go from 4 feet away. Okay. They actually
I know there's
banned it
places here in the U.S. where they have like midget mud wrestling matches and shit like that.
I don't know about that, but all the folks involved with the midget toss, they appealed it and said, you're cutting us out of an income and all that sort of thing. One, it's fun. Two, we meet a lot of people. And that, and you're cutting us out. And he says, one guy said, I'm making $1,800 a week on this. They said, what? And he goes, one place gives me $800. One place gives me $700, and the other one, and that I'm making up just in tips and side bets, because I've started to pick who's actually got the lift, and it's blokes who've got big long legs, and they get the lift up and going if they've got the muscle to back it up, and that's on national record at the Anti-Discrimination Commission. And they appealed it, and they said it's not discriminatory. This is how we make a buck. He says we could be circus performers, but we wouldn't make as much money in that because the law says you can only pay circus performers so much.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this is unregulated, so we can make as much as we want. Just make it legal, because we're not feeling objectified. We're not feeling discriminated against. In fact, we come out of this better than everybody else. Like, odds on these sort of things are never more than, say, 4-1. Right, so no one's losing or winning big. It's a fun thing to sell fucking drinks in a hot part of the country, where excessive alcohol abuse and stupid things are part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Hold my beer up here, and that is heard every minute on the minute, especially up there. Crikey. Oh, well. So this is the problem. Folks come in, they assume that you're politically this way or politically that way, and either attack you or try to engage you with logic, depending on which side they're coming from. I don't mind the logic folks, but unfortunately we're all on the same side as the logic folks. The screaming attacks and the petrol, the offended, and the offensive are all on the other side. But yet somehow we're bad. You can figure it out. Oh, well, you can. He's fat. That's fat shaming, man. And that report yourself. You can report it. Now, the chat is now logged. Actually, thing like this, like that you've now fat shamed one of our members. and all that sort of stuff.
Hey,
That should
the
be
ladies call me pleasantly plump.
crikey.
I ran across something, dude, guys. Somebody mentioned something earlier about this, and this just popped up, and I just was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Hold on a second. I wanted you guys because you guys, I think, will like this too. Hold on. Go paste that. Go here. And go back here. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I
No,
ran
it's all
across.
good.
I was closing out, and I knew you guys would be interested in it. Trey Smith has got the an episode out released yesterday. It's it's a few minutes long, but I wanted
Who's Kim Clement? That's
Kim
black activist show, isn't it?
No, Kim Clement. He was a prophet.
Right.
He had the prophecies about
Clement. Yeah, sorry. Oh,
Yeah.
it sounded not Clement to me.
Yeah, it's 42 minutes. I don't think I should play it, but I wanted to make you guys aware of it.
Not to me. Me and Tracy are both over 60.
It's 42 minutes long.
Corona babies are coming in 9 months, and I agree, for 9, 10, 11, probably 12 months, we're going to see a baby boom. So we're going to whole thing, and we'll just call them the boomers. We'll call them the woohoo flu boomers.
The coronials.
Boomers. The Kung Flu Boomers.
They're the coronials.
The Coronials.
Yay, coronials!
Yeah, someone in the chat came up with that last night. It might have been Joe.
The Coronials.
Oh, hang forward. If they're educated by CNN, we'll have to change their anthem to latte, please.
Well, I wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm gonna paste it here.
I got you. So you got 12 seconds of delay there. Cool.
Right. I was like, oh shoot. But I posted it up in YouTube chat, so you get the link
Gotcha.
there.
Cool.
Right.
Throw it in my queue.
I'm headed to bed, guys.
And now you're an anti-Semite, Martin, as well. Crikey.
And hey, dude, final warning: tone it down, or you're gone. All right, I'm not playing around.
Yeah, don't be a dick.
We do not allow personal attacks in the chat here.
YouTube don't either, man. They'll shut your account down, block your IP, all the rest of it. It's anti-Semite stuff. We don't report it to YouTube. We the anti-discrimination league over there, ADL. They jump all over it, and they force bloody YouTube to hunt your ass down. Then you can't get fucking internet connection. Yeah. Let's play. See how it's done, you fucking libtard, fucking lefty, no nothing, fucking cocksucker. Yeah.
Well, God bless America. Sounds like you're having fun here. I'm gonna see you later.
Fucking having a ball.
Later, dude.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I'm just saying you're an Aussie, but even I know that shit.
Yeah. I see StreamYard quit producing any chat.
Yeah, quite a while ago.
It's been coming and going, up and up. All of a sudden you'll get a burst and you get 50 messages, and then it's nothing for an hour, and then another, whatever. We got 3 messages there in one burst.
Yeah.
No,
Well, sometimes it goes like flawless, and then we get used to it, and then something like this happens, and we're
see,
like,
that's the problem. You get used to the good times and that, and then fucking bitch when something goes wrong.
Right. That's all good. But this
So
works.
it's all like Martin, and it's all going good when he's in his dream world and all that thing, but he's got to wake up in the real world, and then he looks in the mirror, and it's all fucked.
And who knew he had egg on his face?
Not egg. It's all white.
It's not egg. Okay. I don't want to know.
Yeah. That wasn't no egg.
You're right. God bless y'all. Dream well, Patriots.
Peace, brother.
Oh, well, we'll go to screen for this equality. Yeah. Okay. Knock. 2039, if the libtards get their way. 2039, guys knocks on the door. Bang, bang, bang. Bloke comes to the door, answers the door. Yeah, what can I do for you? And he says, oh, I'm here to see Stuart. And he says, Stuart, my son, Stuart, he's only 4 years of age. He says, yeah, we're on a date. He says, you can't do that. And he says, yes, it is. It's now legal. And all that sort of thing. You can't block me. That's a hate crime, all that sort of thing. How's that going to be? And this is what these pricks are fucking aiming for. They actually have an ad based like that, but it's all based around the other way, showing how people are biased against this age-attracted stuff. Thankfully, that no one would show it on airtime. They couldn't get one advertising agency. They couldn't even get one of these, your renter channels over there, public TV, whatever. We've got them over here. If you sign up for 3 months, they'll give you half an hour a night or an hour a night or an hour during the week, and it could be 2 o'clock in the morning, but yeah, that's your slot. So that's gay. Now he's objectifying and putting sexuality to inanimate objects and pieces of clothing. Now, look, I'm not an expert on Freud, but dude, that'll get you a pension. You can front up to Department of Social Security, and that after a couple of doctors reporting, just confirming that you actually think those things and all that sort of thing. You never have to work a day in your life ever again. You may not be out in the street all that often, though. They may actually detain you. People like that have problems. They generally attack innocent folks for no reason because they have these paranoid delusions that inanimate objects are such things to have sexual connotations or meanings or are telling them to kill everybody. Yeah, that's the main thing. Who cares if they're gay anyway? Who cares? I don't care what colour you are. I don't care what religion you are. Just don't be an arsehole. The world's got too many of them. Be a good person. Be a decent bloke. Upstanding guy. Real deal. No bullshit. Be like that. More than welcome. I know I don't give a stuff about the rest. Want to talk fishing? I love to talk fishing. Saltwater preferred. I don't even know I live inland. It's only freshwater fishing around here. Do like yabbies. Physics, science, maths, technology. Happy to talk with anybody. Farming, gardening, handcrafts. It's all good. So the problem is some folks go out of their way just to cause angst and drama. And that because it's a sign of a tiny little mind and a very damaged soul. Dude, Martin, if I can, man, go find somebody who knows about Christ, New Testament, and how to get you healed up, fixed up, and turned back into a decent human being. It's all good. And you can be fixed. Also got to realise you are loved. Not by me. I'm not that good yet. But Christ will love you. That's guaranteed. That's in writing, man. It can be fixed. You just got to put in the effort. He'll put on the rest. Meet halfway. Hey, welcome to the human race. Yeah,
AZ's in the higher.
I know.
What's up, man? What's up, AZ Infidel?
I get the feeling that this guy here, though, he's hurting. He's all bit fucked up and all that sort of thing. Pain and suffering can do that to you. Maybe he's not being treated well. Maybe he's trying to fit in too hard to the lefties and that, and he's just not really doing it because he's really realises he's not that big an idiot. Shoving your own IQ down into somebody else's shoe size quite often causes you a shitload of brain damage. Troll I smell. Strong it is. Yes. That away. We even got a scent trail. Hey, you take care of their battery.
Yeah. Better you have a good night. We'll seal it.
Oh, it's your Sunday night over there, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so this might be a quiet one, or either people going to bed earlier, so they're nice and frisky and early for Monday morning. Yeah, poor beat down and trod, and those who've got to go off there and earn a dollar so they can look after their family, pay their taxes, and support all the welfare parasites that all the idiot leftists and socialists and that want. But at the same time, they also want to shut down all the jobs that these people have got, raise their taxes on their homes and property and that, and if they're boomers, just kill them outright and fucking take everything they got, bank accounts, cars, houses, and that, and give them away for folks who refuse to work. And then they want to rewrite the laws to say that everybody must accept a group of people who now identify as something else because they themselves couldn't accept themselves who they originally were, but now demand everybody accepts their new identity with maximum penalties under law and prison and all that sort of thing involved if you don't. I just don't get it. Thank God we have alcohol and pot. Ramble on poopy pants. Ah, shit! This is Nancy fucking Pelosi and that fucking in disguise. Poopy pants. We know who does that. That's what Nancy calls fucking President Trump. No, I'm not Trump, mate.
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Yes. Hey, Martin, would you like a pipe? Come on, calm down. And that, chill out, dude.
Yeah.
We can get along, eh?
Take some medicine.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm offering.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks until my homemade brew is up, but I've got some Black Douglas Scotch here at the moment. So that I've got this, and which is just homegrown pot. It's not the best. And homemade hooch, and that's about it. But yeah, help yourself, chill down, relax. Tell us your story. Why are you angry, man? Lots of reasons to be angry in the world. Trust me.
Be original, you know. Everything that you've said so far has been done a million times. You know, we're kind of intellectual here, you know. Show us what you got intellectually.
Mom. Hey, stick a H in front of that, and you got a very interesting people. Hill tribe from Vietnam, northern Vietnam area. Fairly advanced culturally, very simple lives. Hunter-gatherers in a lot of things. They move with the season. Prefer to live above the cloud line over there. Yeah. So, but I suppose you're an educated person, university grad, all that sort of stuff. So you wouldn't know any shit like that. Mm. So this is the problem. You try to converse with people, and they just go total arsehole ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows they're not mentally capable of actually having an independent thought. All they've got is doctrine. That's not going to work, honestly. Figure that out real quick. It's sad. It's sad. You know, you can get intellectual thought out of folks that have walked out of the South American jungle, if you can understand. Oh, yeah. And talk about a shitload of stuff. Fishing, what it's like. What's the best bait for this sort of fish over here? And that they'll know, guarantee you. What's the best way through these mountains, all that sort of thing, and they'll know all that sort of stuff. Can't even establish a dialogue with somebody who's a leftist, not even a basic one. Look at it. They're not capable. And it's sad. They are. But fear, I don't know, is it fear? Fear to new ideas? Fear to truth? Fear to open discussion? They just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Song. Dear. So I'm into my little plans tonight. I've got to finish converting a very old Visio drawing that's in A1 format into the biggest PowerPoint single screen that will print in A1, because you can't get Windows 10 shit to print from old Visio 3. It's 16
I have
bit.
no experience with any of that stuff. I've never done any PowerPoint stuff.
How does Martin win? How do you win? By showing that you do not have the either the politeness, humans respect, answer a fair question, and all that sort of thing. Just come up with one-word answers. Never
You didn't
arguing.
win, dude. You just get a participation award.
Yeah, win a chicken dinner. And now you're making racist overtones and all that sort of thing. Well, look, see that you're just slowing yourself down again. So how do you win? You just prove yourself now to be an ignorant, arrogant, uninformed, and now racist ignoramus. Well done, champion. If that's winning, hey, KKK's down that way. But remember, it was started by bloody Democrats. And up until Reagan came in, and that was you had to be a card-carrying Democrat to be a member, but he brought in equal opportunity. Remember, he's a Republican. So, yeah, and enforced it even on the KKK. I think they had 4 Republicans joined in the last 50 years. What was that? You're cool. You're a Trump supporter. You're just a shit storer. There's no need to come in and shoot and stir, man. There's no need for it. I'd rather ask you a question like, why are you a Trump supporter? I'm an Aussie. I'm interested in such things. Everybody sees it different. We could have been doing this, half an hour ago. Have a decent discussion. See my point? So, why are you a Trump supporter? Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, man, you keep on showing this anti-Semitic stuff and all that sort of stuff, and then you say you're a Trump supporter. The two don't gel real well. You know what I mean? really don't. Your story's sort of all over the place. So, like, I'm going to say good night to you, man. You take care there, Martin.
Hey, Martin, I got one especially for you.
Sorry. It's
With
still
love.
watching, but so I don't like racist fucking idiots. Sorry. I'm a bad man, I know. Intolerant. I can't stand leftist racists. I know Maxine will probably think I'm an evil man. I know AOC in the squad will probably want me shot. Hey, look, wouldn't be the first
Did
time.
you hear the latest about AOC earlier tonight? She put out a little video saying that people that are not patronizing Chinese restaurants because of the scare are being racist.
No, let's get this right. That was 8 days ago. Okay.
Oh, is that when the video came out?
Yeah. Either
Okay.
3 days ago or 2 days ago, she put a thing out telling people they should eat at home. True.
Lovely.
True.
I believe it.
Let me bring up the story because someone, I think Mark Dyson, one of the two, someone like that, brought out as a parody. Gateway Pundit.
Okay.
AOC counter contradicts herself again. Yeah. 8, 9 days ago, you're a racist if you don't eat Chinese food all of a sudden. That produced one of the earliest tweets in there was a guy from he's a Hispanic guy just down the street from her office, and that it's got a Hispanic Latino food and all that sort of thing. He goes, "Oh, see," he says, "I haven't eaten Chinese food in 30 years." He says, "You know where my thing is? We eat here and all that sort of thing. What now? I got to spend money." Supporting somebody else. How about you support your own constituents? I'm 7 or 8 or 9 doors down the street from you, and you've never come by here.
The last meal that I shared with my dad before he passed away last year was at a Chinese buffet. We chowed down.
Hey, look, I cook Asian food here. I've got nothing against it, and that, but
Yep.
telling people what they've got to do. You know, I don't have the right to tell you what to do. I don't have the right to tell Tracy what to do. If it comes to her, I can make suggestions. The only time I say nah, bang, no, is when it's something dangerous. You know, there's a snake in the grass over there, or no, don't touch the high power bare wires, and that sort of shit. You know, don't own people. Some people got to make their own mistakes in life. You can tell them. Up to them if they do it. But yeah, this is a problem we've got with a lot of stuff in society. People ain't even looking for truth or answers. They're getting something from somewhere with some sort of bait. Generally, the current thing was free stuff. It used to be stuff like welfare reform and healthcare reform and targeted specific groups to get their votes, and nobody got looked after. Nobody got looked after. Mind you, the folks that everybody was voting for, look at their healthcare. They ain't on Obamacare. You'll join? Yeah, come on in. You got a camera? Here's the deal. Come in, turn your camera on, and give us a thumbs up. I'll give you a thumbs up back. Right. If at that point you want to turn your camera back off and appear anonymous, that's fine. But you don't turn on thumbs up and all that sort of thing, you ain't getting in. We also do a mic check in the background. So make sure you're not screaming out decibels or copyrighted music. I'm sorry, man, but we've had some freaks. And
Yeah, we are restreaming live on multiple platforms. So we hit one of the platforms. We have to make sure that you're not naked. You have to be clothed. So if you can deal with those things, you're more than welcome to hop on.
Don't worry, mate. If you get naked and have a Twitch and YouTube, will go fucking spare.
Yeah, on Mixer. Yeah.
Oh, Mixer. That's right. Mixer.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. What's the weather up to out there?
Here. It is currently 29 degrees, so that's around about 80.
80, yep.
Humidity is 33, so it's not too bad at dropping. It's 6:13 p.m. in the evening. We'll have sunlight until about 8. Slow drop here because it's all flat to the west. So there's no mountains, no weather. Getting chilly over night time here. Down to, heck, it was 34 this morning Fahrenheit.
I'm right at
36 the other day.
2 degrees.
Yeah, so we're getting down to that, but it's pretty good here until midnight. But when it starts to drop, it drops quick. And I generally find myself getting up and going for a walk to the bathroom and that around about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, and then throwing my dressing gown on and just crawling back in under the light cover that I've got, just to keep up with the warmth. But I'm an idiot. I keep on sleeping with the window open. Oh, so sorry you didn't want to come in by the looks of it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, and you're spooling at the moment, or is that me?
That's probably me.
All right. A hectare is 2.2 acres there, Buffalo Bill. So 100 hectares is 220 acres. So I'm on 1.019 hectares here. If you look at my block, you can actually see a number. If you look at it in just map mode, not satellite mode, you can actually get the block size. It's 1019, so which works out just shy of an acre and a half. Oh no, just thankfully, not shy of an acre and a half, just over an acre and a quarter. What am I talking about? Too much pot, too much everything. So yeah.
Yeah, when I went to school, we didn't learn any of that old-fashioned measurement systems. It was all just standard, U.S. standard stuff, the modern things. And then when we got towards high school, we had to learn a little bit of metric, but yeah, it was pretty pathetic.
Well, actually, inches and all that sort of thing predate metric. Metric was developed over about 150 years, mainly in France and that in Europe and all that sort of thing, because inches do, the way that inches were broken up. map reading stuff are broken into tenths of inches, and that's
Yeah,
what
tenths, yeah.
and tenths are a lot easier to work out with, and that's why they break them up that way, especially for the military and all that sort of thing. U.S. military is converted over to 1,000 meters, all that sort of thing, to meters a long pack, because it's easier to divide, multiply, and scale. Now, 100 hectares is 220 acres. It's the other way around. I got a there we go. Acres, 100. Oh, I think 40 hectares, that's right. 100 acres, 40 hectares. 100 hectares. Oops. Oh, shit. No, 100. Yeah, 100 acres is 40 hectares. 100 hectares is 240 acres. Oh, 220.
Oh, I wanted to show you something. Reminded me of it when Biko was in earlier, from him being in Turkey. I found this cool ancient site in Turkey last year. Check this place out.
Oh, yeah. At the time of the Byzantine folks and all that sort of thing, they did some spectacular stuff in there. A team of monks would come down, front the king, say, rightio, and that king wouldn't give them money. He'd give them a team of tradesmen, work for them, do this, do that, all that sort of thing. And they got sorted out directly. $100 acres. Yeah, 40, 100 acres, 40 hectares.
When I first saw that, it reminded me of that place where they filmed Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. I think it's in the city of Petra.
Yeah.
In Jordan.
Yeah.
They say that place has been vandalized pretty severely over the last couple of years.
Yeah, the jihadis don't like it.
Just like them fucking Buddhist monk, or the Buddhas that got fucking destroyed.
Yeah, the Taliban destroyed them, and that and thanked their guests and that Al Qaeda and that for supplying the explosives.
Yep.
Which they got from the ISI in Pakistan, which they got from the CIA in the US. Everybody got scammed in that one. Don't feel bad, but that's the truth. They thought they were starting a resistance thing just to fight the Soviets. So, no, they were training them for the little state and as practice for coming for the big Satan. The way they were saying it and teaching it. Yeah, don't ask me to do knots. chains, rods, no. Furlongs I can tell you a little bit about. My dad used to punt, so I know what a furlong was. I maybe bet once a year, which is the Melbourne Cup, and I don't really bet like bookmaker bet. You know what a sweep is?
No.
All the numbers of all the horses, and they get put into a hat, and you go in there and you pick them out, and it costs you, $1, $2, or $5 to buy the different sweeps and tips. Sort of like a raffle.
Okay.
And if your horse wins and that, you win 50% of what was taken. Second place gets 30%. Third place gets the last 20. And yeah, that's it. Generally, the house takes 10%, and generally it's done for a charity or whatever. So Melbourne Cup Day sweeps and that, because you only 10% of it's going to go to whoever, Boy Scouts, old age thing, the local hospital, buying a new ambulance. It's all good. Cubits, now those I know about. I am that old, but I happen to have a cubit measure attached at all times. So, how do you get rogs to a hog's head? Because a hog's head's a barrel mass of 166 gallons. I made one sitting out the back. It's about a third full of bloody scotch. Oh, what I call scotch.
I've heard hogshead for mead.
Well, that's
We used
another.
to store mead by the hogshead.
All right. You ever heard of a pickle barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Salt pork, all around about the same size. That's a hogshead. It's pretty much a standard size barrel. So one of the most common sizes out there. It's used for multiple purposes. You use different woods for different storage. If you're using salt pork and that, you use an elm and all that sort of thing. Wines, you want a nice oak and all that sort of thing. You want a boxwood for other storage and all that sort of stuff. Dry stuff. But great for getting stuff around. $30 rods to the hogshead. That was the first fuel economy on Grandpa Simpson's first car. Yeah, well, we're talking Grandpa Simpson here. He makes as much sense as some of our past prime ministers here in Australia. So, yeah, don't worry about that as a accurate gauge of anything. We had a treasurer and that was talking about J curves for the recession that we had to have. Well, see, this is what we need. We need more input. We need Crow to come in here, even if he's only gets the mic going and all that sort of stuff, and that, so we can have more, because he's putting in stuff there and all that sort of stuff. This is where we need to grow the show and get folks involved. Crow, go out, get yourself El Cheapo. I paid $12 for these for my daughter years and years ago. Target or Kmart, I forget, but I know I paid like $11.99, $12 even, whatever. Just connect up with one of those. Don't need a camera. Come in, have a chat. Look,
Yeah,
they're better than nothing, man. I've got one here. Cheap one, and that. Look, just as long
I think we could make an exception for Crow. If he didn't have a webcam, as long as he had the mic.
Look, Zoombait, he comes in, he gives us the thumbs up and all that sort of stuff. Crow, we know enough about Crow, and then he comes in private chat, lets us know it's him in a way we can figure out, and that, let him in, no drama.
Yeah.
And once we got him tagged, yeah, go for it. Look, $10, $10 thing. I got one here. I got rooked on it. They said it was 5 megapixel. It's closer to 1.2. I used it for a little while. I bought a good Logitech built-in microphone, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, just a mic will do you, man. And that we know who you are. We like what you're saying. Be a lot better with direct input. You know, Florida turns the camera off and chats for Zoom bait.
Yeah, Bill does quite a bit too.
Yeah. So me, I don't give a stuff. You can see the place is a mess and that, and I'm a mess and all the rest of it. So not here to pretend to be something I'm not. Trying to figure out what I will be, and that big changes and all that sort of thing. But yeah, know what I'm not. Cord of firewood. Now I know our cords over here are different to your cords over there for some reason. But over here it was a yard square. So if you had a wooden box and the internal thing was 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot deep, stack that as full as a good with firewood. As much as it could. That was rough. That was a cord, and would weigh anywhere between 600 and 800 pounds. Oh, pine, shitloads lighter. Sorry, I'm thinking red gum and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I do have quite a bit of firewood over at my place.
Cool.
We cut up like 5 or 6 big ass trees about 4 or 5 years ago, and we hardly burned any of it. It's all stacked up in the barn.
Well, I've got a little bit in this year, but I'm gonna have to buy some. Only because we've been slacking and all the rest of it. I should have done it months ago and done it, and winter's coming up. I've got enough for a couple of weeks, but I know enough folks in the district and get firewood cheap.
Uh-huh.
I'm not paying retail. Hallelujah.
Would it be cheaper for you to burn coal?
Wouldn't burn coal if you paid me. It's dirty.
Oh,
Sorry,
you got that real clean coal out there. Just saying.
Yeah, that sort of thing. Even that's dirty because dirty for me breathing that stuff. It's not good.
I got you.
Um,
I only ask because the fireplace that we have in my house, it's one of those inset, air force burners
yeah.
boxes, and it's rated for wood and coal. And my dad said that back in the 60s when they put it in there, they ran coal in it a few times.
Quite that much. Darby Pugh, my boy, is still alive. How you doing, Darby? A cord, yeah, your cord's way bigger than ours, and that because I shouted or bought Tracy a cord of I forget was it walnut or something like that. It was she was living in California, and the guy had a whole pile of stuff that he got out of a orchard a few years before, good and dry and all that sort of thing. She said it was great wood, but it was twice what she needed. And I ordered just a cord, and that's how I found out that US cords are a hell of a lot bigger than what we use, the English cord. A cord was another thing was 4 barrel loads. Was how they measured it, and they, out here because we've got early contract records. 4 barrel loads. So there was blokes cutting it, and there was blokes wheelbarrowing it up to the road and stacking it on the top, and they got paid for how many barrel loads. It was estimated four wheelbarrow loads to a cord. That's ours. Yours, don't know how they got to it, but it's huge compared. And Tracy ended up getting twice or three times the firewood. She actually left a shitload of it. She was giving it away before she moved, because she moved from California up to Oregon. And yeah, she actually left a whole pile there and that, but the new occupant said, the real estate said, no, that'll be fine. And that new occupant's already got firewood. They'll be happy. We'll call it complimentary.
And I still have a shitload of trees all over the place that I can cut up whenever I need to.
Cool.
Mostly maple, some oak, a lot of spruce, some pine, but mostly silver maple, Norway maple, sugar maple.
So the only hassle I got here in that is the big trees here are next door. They get in the way of the sun, but I can't cut them down. Don't want to cut them down because they're full of critters and all that sort of thing. But they do block a lot of sun for the top half of the back paddock, which is roughly an acre. But there's a shitload of stuff up there that you can grow in there. Taters and all that sort of thing. They don't need huge amounts of sunlight a day. They need some direct sunlight, but they don't need huge amounts. They'll get all the other stuff. So I might move the tater patches down to there and see what else we can do. But I'm going to have to improve that fence on the back.
See, I have this one silver maple at my place. It's a problem. It was a clump tree where, the main trunk is actually like 4 or 5 trunks fused together, and it's just spread out like a motherfucker. It's got one huge ass limb that actually curves up and hangs over the top of my one barn. And if that limb comes down, it's going to take the entire barn with it.
All right. How thick is it? First of all, how far away from your barn? And that is the extreme of it. How thick is the branch 6 foot back behind there?
Okay, well, let me visualize it here. The trunk of the tree at the base is probably less than 20 feet away from the barn.
All right.
And the overhanging limb, I would say at the base of it, it's got to be at least 3.5, 4 feet in diameter.
All right.
It's huge. This is a job for a professional tree company to come out with a crane.
This is what I'm talking. No, forget about the crane. Rightio. Rope. Now, if you've got 20 foot of space and you allow 2 foot of drop for 6 foot, that's why I'm talking about 6 foot sections. You don't want to go any more than that.
Yeah.
Even a thick 6 foot section is going to be 300 or 400 pounds. So you start making them shorter, and you start dropping these things and having the rope where it's secured, well secured, swing back. So it's going to come back underneath where you are. You're on the fixed thing. The rope where it's secured to is behind you. You're secured onto the end. Cut that off. It drops. It swings. Bang. Crashes back into there. You're hanging on. Drop your saw. Hang on for dear life. Pick up your saw. Shimmy back. Tie back another. And just drop it off that way, man. Seriously, one person can do that, but they've got to be able to be confident with dropping that saw, because the saw's going to be dropping down on a 5 foot stretchy, and get the proper stretchy because it doesn't bounce like a rope. The stretchy just lets it go down slowly for the last 1.5 feet, and that's for the blades don't swing around like crazy. You've got then both hands to hold on to that, brace yourself for it, so there's no dramas. Shimmy yourself back, tie the next section off, and just keep on dropping these loops back, and that until you're well clear of your building. Then you can just cut off, even if it's 2 foot thick, you can cut off that 2 foot thick section, but only 2 foot long, and let it drop a straight drop, and because it's well away from your building, and just until it's all well and back that you are not worried about. Take each of those sections at a time. When you're talking about those multi trunk trees, they're a pain in the ass. If you ever try to cut them down there because they grow into each other and all that sort of thing, you never know what's inside, and they can split
Yeah.
and tear and twist.
That's the
Twist
problem. A lot of these trees are ant infested, so they're all like there's sections that are half hollow, and then the rainwater gets in there and it rots them out from the inside.
Yeah. So
What I'll have to do, I'm gonna someday soon when I got some daylight, I'll take some pictures of it. I'll show you what I'm dealing with.
get a decent arborist, somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Especially an older bloke, I know, who doesn't mind shooting up trees and that. Get him to suss it out. If you can do it that way, fine. If not, well, then you have to pay for a skylift of some kind.
Well, we do have an option here. There is, I got Amish country just south of me, a couple, about 2 hours drive. There are Amish furniture makers and stuff down there that will come and harvest trees. Yeah.
Give them the tree, a few $100 and that, and buy some produce off them, and everybody will be.
That's one of the things that's on my list to talk, because I have to talk to my aunt about it because it's the property and everything, and she has a say in it. So I'm gonna run it by her.
Well, it's for the good of the building because you don't want the branch to come down.
Exactly.
So if you get rid of the whole tree, problem solved. Because they prefer whole tree.
And if it comes down to it, and I have to hire a professional tree company, my insurance might cover it. The homeowners and the farm insurance.
Man, you got Amish there. I'd be putting them onto it. Costing you less. Because remember when
I'm about an hour and a half drive from Amish country.
If you how strict the Amish up there? Will they accept lift off a worldly? A ride in a truck?
The northern part of the state is a little bit more on the modern side. Once you get further south, they get more traditional and old order, I would guess you call it.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there's Mennonite communities out here too.
Well, shit. Catch up with the Mennonites and that, and see how they are, because they're not scared of cars.
Yeah.
And they do the same thing. Make contact with a Mennonite woodshop and say, hey, look, this might be easier for you guys. I would normally use the Amish, but they're a pain in the ass to get down here and all that sort of thing. Happy to see people getting stuff out of it and all that sort of thing. I've got another tree, branches growing over it. Really want it just down for the branch, but that's not fair for you guys. There's the whole tree. I'll buy some of the lumber back, and when you've done it right and all that sort of stuff, possibly as furniture, and how much you want for coming down, cover your gas.
Yeah.
So as they say, that will and do. Nothing wrong with will and do. Hey, you do deli. Say, hey, look, can you sell me 50 pound of corned beef? Or, hey, look, as long as it's an honest way of making money, and the Mennonite should be in on it. I know what it was like when I was a kid doing it. We will and deal with everybody. We also had our own lumber mill.
Mm-hmm.
So folks would cut a big tree down and bring it up and get it slabbed up so you make a dining room table out of one piece of timber. But we'd stack them all up and then make a hot box for them and dry them. And 2 or 3 months, they could have those treated things. They'd be oil rubbed and all that sort of thing, ready to go. You bring the moisture down to 11%. That's where you want it. And then stable won't twist anywhere. Won't do anything. People don't do that nowadays. It's a shame. Too much of a hurry. You can natural stack it. Takes about 5 or 6 years to do railway sleepers. That thickness, so railway ties, whatever. Canoes by a minute before you got to duck off to bed. Well, that's all good, man. That's all good. I got to get a shitload of work done here again tonight. Like I say, I'm converting this old Visio poster drawing into something that output in more modern format, 64-bit. But also subdoing it like in a way so you can like an auto play PowerPoint presentation and click through for all the different, from ultra shitty knives all the way through to the best steels in the world, how to get the best out of them. And when it comes to the really shitty knives, there are a few tricks you can do, and that micro serrations and all that sort of thing. A little bit steeper angle on the cut, on the terminal edge, and then a fine serration cutting to that. Maybe 320 grit, maybe 400 grit. So 400 serrations per inch. That'll cut a tomato and all that sort of thing. Problem is glass chopping board. If you've got soft shit steel, the serrations will be flat in the month. But it's better than using it once and then won't cut a tomato again. But that's what people buy, unfortunately, and that's what they want resharpened. Take care there, Crow. You be
Peace
good.
out, dude.
But yeah, just a simple mic, man. We know you well enough. Make a couple of comments in the private chat when you come in, so we can figure out it's you. And yeah, you'll be good to go. Uh-oh. Are you back? I got this whopping great wolf spider, and like he's bigger than normal. So we get them up to about 3 inches across. This one's around about 4.5. And he's just running across the top of my gear here. So I'm thinking
Time to relocate them.
I'm just wondering if I got a mouse here up this end of the house. I know I've got a mouse. I caught one. I heard the thing snap about an hour ago. I'll get him out. He stopped struggling now. Yeah, we're getting 1 or 2 mice a night now, and that because the nights are getting chilly, so they're trying to come into the house. And they're coming in through the little cracks in the bricks that are meant for air vet because it's a double brick house.
Yeah.
So they're getting into the inside of the walls, and where they're coming in after that, I've got no idea. Maybe they're going all the way to the top, then coming back down.
I used to have that problem. The first house where I grew up in when I was a little kid, we would get moles in the walls.
Critters, eh?
Yeah.
So my next trick will be I got a whole pile of heavy duty stainless steel gauze, and I'm folding that over the gap for the bricks and putting that in there. But like if you're short by that much, the little bastards and that squeeze it up and all that sort of thing. Yeah. That's my next trick. So I've got $180 worth of heavy duty stainless steel gauze to install. All hail the goat.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. I only found 2 mice in the house this whole winter.
Oh, that'd be nice. Second week of harvest here in town it got crazy here. I got 4 mice in like an hour. Reset all the traps. Tripped off a couple of ones that didn't catch them. Some of the traps I got are these plastic crappy bloody things, but all my old good Chinese ones, cheap wood slab and all that sort, they fly apart and I keep on losing them. I got to rebuild them all the time, and the pile of ones that need rebuilding is about 5 or 6 now. But anyway, yeah, for like around about that week, I think I got about 15 mice. It's crazy. And then it settled back down and all that sort of thing. I got 1 or 2 a week after that, and then there was nothing for a while. And now the last 2 weeks, the weather's changed over night time. It's getting chilly over night time. We had 2 really cold nights, and after that, it's been a regular 1 or 2 in the traps. But they love peanut butter that's been slightly charred. And I make a whole grain bread, and when it's dry, it's like rock. Yeah, could be better, but it tastes nice. But yeah, it's a great thing. So you put that.
Yeah, I'd be worried with it
wire.
like that, like on those days when you were saying you got, a ton of mice in one day. I'd be worried about the snakes coming in there, going for the mice.
And that's the drama. And that now I've just gone around. I had 2 snakes in the house there the other night.
Yeah.
A big one I got. The little one went back up the way it came. There was a tree pipe going to the outside, goes through the concrete slab. And that was one of the ways the mice could get in. They come outside down through there, through the 2 things. There's enough room. There's 2 big electrical cables in there with their own ducting inside of that, enough room for a mouse to get in. And this medium-sized snake and this baby got in and followed him. So I ripped the oven out, tore the bloody linoleum on the floor, getting the oven out. That's all right. A few things I'm sorting out. But yeah, we'll get it all happening. But the doggy door where the chooks used to get in, that's all been blocked off. There's all the way around where the sewer lead goes in and then goes out through the wall and comes around that. That's all been stuffed up with heavy duty bits of steel and all that sort of stuff. And then foam adhesive in place. You know what liquid nails is?
Yes.
So it's steel and liquid nails.
That'll do it.
Mouse might chew through, but I don't think there's enough space in there to get a mouse in between all the steel. You might get in a little bit, but it'll close off on him. That's the best I can make it. I'm still getting mice coming in, but they're coming through inside the wall and then coming out from behind the cupboards and other places and tiny little gaps and under the front fucking door. I've watched 2 now. Tracy said she saw one night, just in the middle of winter. Right in the corner, I figured out that they can just squeeze in the corner, and they bring themselves out both sides around their guts and all that sort of thing on their back, and they're under the screen part of the door.
Yeah, they're flexible little shits.
You know, because I stuck my little digi camera in the gap between the screen door and all that sort of thing, made up a little wedge and that, and hung sticky tape and fucking fishing line on that, stuck it on motion activate, and off it did. And sure enough, this mouse, ridiculous. So I must admit the doors aren't hung the best. They're recycled. They're building recyclers and all that sort of thing. They're else from somewhere else. So that's one thing I've got to do. So I'll do 3 doors that really need replacing, and I'll stick a door in there back where where one used to be, because there's no door at the moment. So we can really warm this part of the house up. But the flue at the back of there is going to have a couple of pipes going through it, going back into the back section. So that's going to go through the flue. The cooler air down low will be picked up. The stuff that goes through the flue will heat and rise, so that'll go up, but it's actually going into the room. So going into the bedroom, which is directly behind it. So yeah, if there's fire going there, we'll have that warm in the bedroom. If it gets too hot, I can open the window. That's how I figure it. Anyway, so changes happening. That's what's on the plan for the next year. See how far we get, eh? Oh well. Crikey, I'm glad I had that last comb too, because I'm out at the moment until I try something else. So on that note, I might say good night to you there, Mr. Canoes.
I will bid you good day, sir. Good evening.
To all the folks watching out there, thank you very much for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the views. You all have a great night. I think we've got 7 on Restream and
4 in YouTube.
4 on YouTube. Crazy. All right. You take care there, folks.